Yay, that worked. All right. Hi, everybody. It's Shauna with Exploring the Paranormal Perspective and GEEKSParanormal, and we have Debbie and Dustin, but Dustin is hiding off screen.
Chef.
Because
That's my name tonight is Chef.
yeah, he's chefing tonight because we are doing some awesome hot pot. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Because I had to look it up.
He doesn't get a pie, don't worry.
I know.
Look, it's
But tonight is the night that we can actually do guests. Yes, because I figured it out, I think. Maybe. We'll see how bad it echoes. And maybe we might have to go to headphones. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that it's not that bad, that we can actually...
It shouldn't echo here as long as you're not in the same room.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it doesn't echo. So anybody that wants to join us live, if you see the update that I sent out just now to everybody, it has the link in it. If you're in the chat room and you want to go live, let us know. Actually, you know what? I can just paste it in the chat room.
You know what? There's a plug-in. Yeah, there's a plug-in right here. We can do the hot pot over here.
Ooh,
Do that
yeah.
where it's closer to us. And then, like, you can go and get, like, you can use... Have any more plate? I should have gotten some bowl.
Where's the choppy sticks? Ooh. Yeah, we got some chopsticks. Some pretty chopsticks. Which camera?
Here's that.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's basket.
Yeah.
We need to make like a sauce, like a dipping sauce for whoever wants to.
Ooh.
Dip.
Like what kind of stuff we got? We have chili oil,
That's garlic and
chili garlic sauce,
Sweet chili sauce.
and sweet chili sauce.
And we have soy sauce.
And soy sauce, and we're gonna have some nummies, y'all. My stomach is growling. It's gonna be awesome, and we're gonna have to try some snakes.
She doesn't want to say it. Escargot.
It's escargot, y'all. We're gonna be trying some escargot. I'm hoping it's good. I'm thinking as long as it's in that pot and boiling, it's gonna be
Quail
good.
eggs.
Oh yes, and quail eggs. And we also have regular eggs that I boiled earlier for us to eat with.
Okay, so let's move some of this stuff so I can move this pot over.
Yeah. Go ahead and hand me that peach tree stuff, and I'll put that over here.
Let's take that out.
Yeah. So,
Have you ever grown basil? Like, if you ever want to grow an herb, grow basil because it's literally weed. It's ridiculous. Like, you can't get it to stop growing.
oh my. Now, this right here is what I worry about, because whenever I move it over to the other thing, I'm gonna have to check and see when it goes into that, because you'll hear the ding when it pops up,
Mm-hmm.
and we're
You
gonna
all
have
want
to.
sit and concoct something to dip our stuff into?
We get to concoct.
Ooh, concoct.
I mean, honestly, I'm thinking like soy sauce and garlic chili and the sweet chili.
This will be the window we're in, and I'm gonna adjust it every time because I'm not quite sure where things are gonna be at that point in time. But yes, if you want to be part of the show, you're more than welcome to click the link and let us know your scary stories while we eat up on some grub on this hot pot, because it looks delicious.
What do we want to mix?
Well, it's got to be boiling for us to.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Oh, you're moving it
Working
over
on-
here. Okay.
He's working on.
Hi, Tammy. How are you?
Oh wow. This is
Welcome to our live.
This is not. Oh, it's like,
Really?
yeah, this is not.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
this is cast iron, so like it holds the heat for a while.
Nice.
Okay.
We're going to be having a hot pot and sharing and sharing
No, I don't
some
want-
ghost stories and stuff. So if you have a ghost story that you'd like to tell, you're more than welcome to click the link and join us if you want to go live. You don't have to have your camera on. You can just have your microphone on and let us know your scary story. And I'm doing wonderful. fantabulous. Dustin is shaking the cameras. So sorry if you get a little seasick there for a minute. We're getting the hot pot situated to where it's over here on this table for us to be able to delve into.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that we'll hear the ding whenever the people want to join us.
That sounds a little cool, but whatever.
I'm sure we can.
It'll eventually start to like decline, but we didn't have all our food.
So I was playing this app the other day. I bought an app that Johnny Hauser from the G Crew uses. You're more than welcome to, Kels, if you want to. That's all that this show is about tonight. It's about good stories. But
What are we mixing together?
let's mix some sweet chili sauce. I mean, because we already got chili sauce and garlic. So why don't we mix these together to make it sweet?
You can also, if you want to try, like putting some of this in.
Oh, yeah.
Here,
And maybe with
let me
some
see what
soy
it
sauce.
So this will be like a bunch of different flavors, and then you can add whatever to it.
But I kind of, it's funny too, because the same one that he uses is made by the same people that does the necrophonic.
Huh.
So but it's just a little more pricey. It's $12.99 for the app if you want to have the whole app. Hi Grumpy Poo, how are you? Good morning to you, because it's morning time over in Scotland.
Good morning, Grumpy.
Did you join, Kelly? Did you hit the link? Oh, I'm in that app. Let me go back over here to camera one. So camera one, camera two, camera one, camera two. Name that movie. Do y'all know that movie?
Nope.
Wayne's World, party time.
I think
Excellent.
I think I watched that once.
And there is Kales. Hang on, Kelly. Let me get everything situated so we can see your lovely noggin. All right. Now we got to hear you. Up. They're going to see your private chat. You might not want to do that.
Right?
Now we can't hear you.
What? I
There
just
you
did
are.
laugh out loud. Nothing bad.
What am I mixing these two?
Nothing bad, guys.
Probably put,
That one and this one?
yeah, that one and the soy sauce maybe with this one. Or what did you put in this one? Oh, okay. Ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy,
Okay.
yummy, yummy.
So
Go
I'll
for it.
wait
Go
until
ahead
you guys
and
get
shoot it.
started with you. When I was a kid growing up, I lived in the McKeon condos in Ventura, California.
You put them together?
I did some research
Is it echoing?
on these condos when I was doing geek searches. I looked up information. Well, I come to find out there was a vortex in my old house,
You found a what
and
in
I
your old
would
house?
hear
Vortex.
my old house in Ventura had a vortex. This explains
Wow.
everything that I went through as a child.
Wow.
Because I was sitting there nice and half asleep. I was not doing I was not doing anything, I wasn't it wasn't sleep paralysis. And this dude's voice that wasn't my father, it wasn't my sister's boyfriend, any of them, said,
Wow.
boo.
Dude, that would have been awesome.
It's okay.
Well, for me.
And then
Probably for you at the time, it was probably like, what?
I was looking for.
I was like 5 or 6, dude. It was scary, but I didn't
You don't want to put
I
the
didn't
juice-
like really freak out.
Let me see.
You were freaking out? I would have freaked out too, girl. Sorry. They're talking food over here, and my stomach is growling.
I'll put a couple.
It's okay, honey.
Did you get the text from them saying, oh, and anybody that doesn't know, this is Kelly. She is part of my paranormal group, Geeks Paranormal. She is one of the original members that has stuck around and dealt with me.
Bless her.
Bless her.
You're not that bad to deal with.
Aw.
You're not that bad to deal with, honey.
Aw.
It got lumpy and greasy.
Some people think I'm
Well,
pretty
it's
bad to deal
got
with.
oil in it. So yeah, I mean it's gonna do that.
Hi, Rohit. I wanted to say hi, Rohit, and hi, Melody. For those of you just coming on, if you see the link up top, you can join the stream and tell us your ghost story. Namaste. And
There,
you can join us.
and I have another.
Probably a
Go
little
ahead.
more of the chili. It'd be perfect.
I have another story.
Go ahead.
That or
I
not.
was.
No, that's probably good.
I was getting ready for bed. I was about 12 years old at the time. I was listening to some rock and roll, trying to relax. And I see two little disembodied red beady eyes looking at me.
Wow. And where was this
I'm
at?
like, you seen what?
This was at my old house in Ventura.
Oh, the same house?
Yes,
How old were you when you saw that?
12.
Oh, this is
12?
spicy too.
So did you
Yeah.
have things happening the whole time from the time you were 5 until the time you left the house?
Yes.
Wow. Now the red beady eyes, did you feel like it was evil or did you just feel like it was...
It freaks me out. I start invoking, God, and I'll quoting Bible scripture.
I think it probably would have freaked me out a little bit too. Now Dustin, I think he'd have been, hey, honey.
No.
That was before I was blessed to know my favorite witch.
Why are you doing?
I'm sorry, say that last part again.
It was before I was blessed to know my favorite witch.
Your sister. Or Dustin. Which one? Ugh.
Well, Dustin's right in there, so my favorite witch is the one I'm
My
talking
favorite
to.
witches. Okay.
I just make it plural to be honest. You know what?
Which
While I'm
game?
in Arizona, I need to go freaking hunt quail eggs because there are quail all over the place.
Really?
Like I went out one morning and there was probably like 50 quail out there by this little pond thing.
Holy cow.
And I'm
Wow.
like, you know how many quail eggs I can have? Depends on if they're good.
Well,
If they're good, I don't know. They're
going
cute.
back to my place that I grew up in at the McKean condos, there were other people that stayed in the apartment, and I had childhood friends tell me that there was a psychic that stayed in there and say that's how we found out that there was a vortex.
A psychic stayed with you and that's how you found out there was a vortex?
No, this is after I moved out.
Oh, okay.
I moved, but I still, because I grew up there in the McKean condos, I had friends
What else are we gonna do? Go ahead.
that still lived there and I still talk to.
Yeah, whatever you want to put in there. You just
Wow.
put it in, let it heat up long enough to heat up, and then you take it out and you put more stuff in while you're waiting for that to cook. You eat other stuff. It's not quite boiling yet. but
Not
it's
yet.
really fucking
That spicy looks really spicy though.
good. Right, stick your fork.
My fork. Stick my fork in
Stick
it.
your Japanese or your Chinese fork.
My
in there
Japanese Chinese fork.
And see what it's like.
Watch, he's gonna make me like.
Yeah, me and spicy food don't get along.
Is it hot?
Woo.
If it's that
No,
hot.
it's not that hot. It's like a slow burn. It is. Because it goes on your tongue, right? And then once it goes on your tongue, it's like slowly
you know why?
getting
You-
hotter and hotter
You-
and hotter.
You stuck it in the chili oil.
Mm.
Like, you know why? All that. Remember how you said this is oily
That's a
now?
little
Yeah.
not hot, but it's kind of like the same thing. It starts out kind of warm and it gets a little hotter.
Which one is that one? Oh, my
It's
hair.
That, the chili, what is this?
Sweet chili.
Sweet chili,
Hey,
soy
Miss
sauce.
Skinny Minnie.
There you go. As I drop my cucumber.
Dustin, bring her for it.
Right?
No, I got this.
Listen to her. I got
This. Yeah, worst comes to worst, just stab
She
the
just has
motherfucker.
okay, honey.
Dude,
You got this.
Alright, is this
Um,
mine?
we are waiting
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
hot pot to start boiling before we can put in our meat.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, well, well.
I'm not putting my meat.
Oh,
What?
that's gotta be interesting.
What?
Okay, so.
Oh, I gotta show these off. These are the smell, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
These are what we have to try.
God help us.
I'd say
What
we have
is
to try
that?
because I've never eaten escargot.
No, I haven't either. So
And,
And
they're
they-
already cooked. It's just we're gonna.
they weren't like
Get some flavor.
$500, so I want to. They were one of the only things
Uh,
that were priced.
Really?
Like the only thing that like literally not. There was nothing else. That was
kind of
priced.
darn.
Wait, no, wait. I take that
Do
back.
what?
You-
We're listening.
Can you
to
see this?
Can
Can
I?
you see what I'm trying?
Oh, hang on just a second. Let me put it back on there. Oh yeah, is that the one you were making earlier?
That is kind of spicy. So
It's a new one,
Sweet.
I think. And
You
I will
think?
be selling those at GEEKSCon.
Yes, Dead Convention, which is coming up in 3 weeks.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's
happening.
boiling! It's boiling! It's boiling! Time for meat! Time for
It's
meat!
It's gonna end up mixing because I put too much water.
Oh, well.
No, it's alright.
But that's
You guys are so funny.
As long as we got water to drink
Oh, well, well. I like that.
and
yeah. If you want, you can like divide that out. Share it.
I don't want
Sharing is caring. There's some in there.
to. You really
Oh.
want me to do this?
We want to do what?
That's why I'm over here.
I'm teasing him. He's like, you want to separate that so we can all have
Do
something?
you want one from this
You
side
really
or
want
one
me
from
to do
this side?
this?
Uh-huh.
Which side do you want the egg?
So, if anybody is coming on and you want to come on live and be on our doohickey, you can click the link up there in the restream or in the chat. If you don't see the chat, let me know and I will
Here, do you want?
send you a link.
Do you want it from there?
But this is the link right here.
Is that the spicy or not?
This is the one. This is the spicy.
You're more than welcome to
You want
join
the
us.
Yeah.
We should be able to hear
I
a
had a
ding.
lot of spicy this
I don't think it's going
Because it involves
to Twitch yet.
Your butt
So
was in
those that are
trouble.
watching from Twitch, if you let me know, I can go to Twitch real quick and post it.
No, wait,
Or
don't
it
do
just
so
posted to
somebody shares
Facebook. So you can go to
something.
Facebook and post it to YouTube too.
You want some,
It hasn't posted to Twitter yet.
Yeah.
I should have cut this up a little.
But if you'd like to join us and tell us your scary story,
I have.
come on, join
Here.
us.
Where you
Oh,
want your-
yay.
Stuff.
Right there.
Your stuff.
Drinks. You don't have a drink. Do you want a beer?
Yeah, all I got is my little water.
Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this. This is fun though. Like it'd be a lot funner if it was just like a table that we could sit around.
Right?
Thank you,
A
love.
circular table. I used to have a circular table, but I got rid of it.
How about I put those
Actually-
there?
I gave it to that one person.
I'm not eating.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But since you had all that experience over there at your house, that old house, have you had anything since you've been here aside from going out with us and
Well, it's
investigating?
out of here.
You do what you need to do.
When I was on chemotherapy, I had some experiences
'Cause it's gonna get hot.
You had
at my
mixed-
house.
Do I want to spice it
I,
or so only when you're going through therapy or? Oh. Okay.
So you wanted
Sorry,
to wear
say
it,
again.
right?
Oopsie.
Yeah, I did want to wear it. I'm trying to get the juice
There
out
was-
of it.
It's like, oh,
There was a lady, I saw the back of her hair. She had blonde hair. A full body apparition, and then there was
He's chopping it.
I don't know how you would put it. You know how you see orbs sometimes?
Yeah.
there were different color orbs going through all throughout my house.
Really? And you haven't
You
seen
know, my
anything
house is
since
over
your...
100 years old, honey.
Well, that's true. My house is 49. 72.
My house,
Huh?
my house was built in 1904. 1904.
Nice. You know, it's amazing to see some of these houses, and especially those that are taken care of, so that whenever you do go by, those that have abilities and can sense things can feel what is in the house, or if the house has even got, you know. Ooh, you put meat in there. I said, ooh, you
Well,
put meat in there.
there was one person that said there is a dude that haunts, but allegedly, and we know who this person is.
Okay, so I'm
Oh,
gonna stick some,
yeah.
I'll put some tofu in here too.
I just cut my egg with my chopsticks.
Go girl.
Oh, now I'm getting good. Oh my
Taking all
god.
this
I
stuff in
miss
here.
hard-boiled eggs. I used to love to eat them with a little bit of salt and lemon pepper.
Oh, with this, it's really, really good.
The lemon.
Can I come next Friday?
Yeah, I told you that.
I told him to let you come today if you
I
want to
sent you a
come.
message about coming tonight.
Yeah, if you wanted to come tonight. Those aren't done yet.
Are you hungry? I'll come get you.
I didn't get no messages, honey.
I sent it.
She just sent it, like, not too long ago.
You best be checking. I sent it at 7:56.
So right before we went live.
I'm checking. Hold on.
Huh?
Okay, so we'll put some of these in there.
Oh, yeah, put some of the cabbages in there, too. Yeah. And what about that's beetroot back there in the back, right?
What?
The beetroot
Yeah,
pepper.
some of the beetroot.
Yeah, that's kind
Oh, and some mushrooms.
Yeah, because we got all the different noodles to try
Yeah.
too.
The different what?
Noodles.
Oh,
The beetroot
yeah.
and the whatchamacallits and
Where are all the noodles at?
there's some
some
over
scattered
here.
over there, some over here.
Yeah, I'm not organized at all.
Huh?
Did you get it?
There's this one.
Nope, still ain't looked at it.
You still haven't looked at it yet?
Yeah, this is rice noodles. Is what this
Hold
is.
on.
She's
Hold on,
frozen.
please.
Ah,
Rice noodles.
Ah.
There's rice noodles, and then there's mung bean noodles. And then there's ramen.
yeah.
Real ramen. Like
Ah.
actual
Actual ramen.
ramen.
I'm gonna cook
and then
this
you
with some
got those
soy
little
sauce
things
because I'm a
over
salt
there.
person.
You got those things over there.
Thanks.
The dippy thing.
Oh, the dippy things. Yeah.
So that you can dip this stuff out.
Okay. I want to apologize and retract my statement.
Yeah.
I retract my growl.
And you want cabbage?
Yes, please.
Well, it wasn't
I should
really
probably
growl,
call
but
the man and tell the man that there is some food,
Food out here.
and
He might
Right now,
appreciate
right
it.
now it's all veggie, so
yeah.
except for the meatballs. I just
Well, he
put
can
in.
come out here and hang for a minute or two.
Yeah. It's socialized, child. Socialized.
He is like the most unsociable person. We are like the total opposites. I have no idea how we're so
Hey,
hey,
compatible.
Dustin,
What? Yeah.
I was reading about a philosophy stone. It's Egyptian. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
No, not unless the only philosophy stone I've ever heard of is Harry Potter.
Huh?
I'd have to look it up.
I think it's a prophecy stone. Sorry. I was looking it up. It was really interesting.
What did you find out about it?
Oh, that's why I told you all to take that.
Hey, food is
If you-
getting ready if you want to come out here.
Oh.
it's used for
Okay, well, it'll
different
be out here.
things in witchcraft.
All right, love you, bye.
No, I haven't. I'll have to look it up.
Melody, do you want to come on live and we can talk about those videos that you sent if you want to?
I don't buy it. I'm here live.
Well, you know Melody.
We'll get this.
Kelly?
See, this is like a
Yeah, I remember Mel.
course meal. Because like you start with the vegetables and whatnot, and you
Yeah.
move to the meats.
Yep.
You move to the seafood. Oh shit.
Seafood.
He's like, man, man.
The shrimp. We gotta have the shrimp.
Yeah. Well, we gotta wait for this to
Lower a little bit.
clear it
Ooh.
out.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
I am under I am no longer 200 pounds.
Yay! Good
I
deal.
still have a lot more to go,
Well, me too.
but I've been working hard.
I'm about to cut my leg. How'd you lose them? I just took my leg.
I just took my legs off, so I lost like 20 pounds.
My legs. I'm really starting to think that I'm getting.
So do you guys want to come and investigate my?
We've been wanting to come investigate your house for like, what, 6 years now? For 6 years now.
We're gonna be eating.
Well, I have. Okay.
Good.
Well, let's set a date.
We can do that. We might have to
Let's
go
do
back
it.
and
Let's
investigate
just do
Melody's
it.
house again, too.
The chef is gonna sit and eat.
My,
Hmm? Do what now?
And
we might have to go back and do what?
Investigate Melody's house from the video she sent me. She wasn't even
Yeah.
home when she sent me these videos. Her camera, her
Is
inside
she
camera
still in the same place?
Wow.
Do what? Yeah, she's still at the same place.
those things.
These?
Yeah.
How long does it take for those meatballs to?
They just have to warm up. Everything's cooked.
Oh.
Like literally, the only thing that's not cooked are the shrimp,
Are the
the
shrimp.
chicken, and the pork.
Oh, the
Everything-
chicken.
Everything else is.
Yeah, but we gotta get all the vegetables out of there first.
Yeah. We're starting on appetizers.
This is our appetizers. It's the veggies.
Did you want me to come and get you before I get into food?
No, it's all right.
Okay.
Woo, that egg is hot.
Spicy or
Spicy.
like,
Mhm.
like is it spicy or?
I got it
Thank
off
you
the
for the
spicy side.
offer, though.
She said, thank you for the offer, though.
You're welcome.
I dropped my egg in the sauce.
Oh, what happened?
Is somebody wanting to join?
Yeah, somebody's wanting to join.
I was like, what happened?
So give me
You
just
know,
a second.
I think that mixing the spicy with
One moment.
with the other is probably like the bitch's name. Not even the bee's name. The bitch's name.
Well, I thought somebody was wanting to join. I know. Oh, there she is. Like, I know it was there somewhere. Hi, Melody. Hang on just a second, and I'll have us up on the big one. I think I'll have
I
us up
can't
on the big
really
one.
let's see, I can't really
Maybe.
hear you on my phone. Let me try turning you up. There we go.
I gotta make it
So,
bigger.
I've
Hang on.
put in a motion detective camera at my house.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I've got a couple because, well, I don't spend a lot of time home.
You should imagine-
And one day I get these alerts on the app that there was motion detected.
This would be
And
great
I got
for,
3 of
like,
them.
burning and
Mhm.
And
having
it was
buddies and-
those videos that I sent you.
Yeah.
And the pot was
Those videos were pretty darn interesting, considering that there was nobody there,
this one, which is
and you were getting alerts from them,
it doesn't
and it was like,
Right.
and you can see like a little mist that forms in front of the first video that you had.
Right.
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
But
That was very, very
Yeah,
interesting.
it's
So when you got home, did you feel anything, or was it gone?
I mean, you don't have to.
My
Like, I it's just-
intuition and senses have been very off. I've had a death in the family.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. She was a very, very nice lady.
I'm sorry, honey.
Thanks.
I know it's
So
hard
yeah,
too.
it's all of that's been. I haven't exactly been the most balanced individual recently.
Do you think it might have been her?
Do you remember when Becca sealed your talking board? Did you check the seal on that to make sure it's still sealed?
Oh well, yeah. I haven't gotten into it since then.
Yeah, we. I think it might have been making a visit.
Huh?
I think it might have been her making a visit, letting you know.
You think so?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
have
was wondering.
better abilities than I do.
Could be if you've had a death.
Do I
It could
count?
be if you've had a death in the family. It could be they were just letting you know, hey, I'm okay.
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
I'm reading. Yes. You want one? Grumpy Poo is saying that he's not sure when he's going to be able to make it again to one of my live streams because he's starting a new job on Monday and it's going to be 70 hours a week. Oh, wow.
Well, congrats.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, boo.
Well,
Happy
I will.
boo.
Yes, we will miss you. And where
We'll
did
miss
Rohit go? Rohit just disappeared. Huh?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
But, what?
You know, were you, no, do you mind me asking? I'm going to ask a really personal question. Please forgive me.
so bad he can't
Sure.
stand it.
Because I've had this happen to me, and I think this might be what happened to you. Were you really close with the person that passed away?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so tiny.
Okay. When my father passed away, he actually came and let me know.
Oh, look. I wonder if they say that they're done when they float.
Probably. They just.
I'm sorry. That like out of the random way I was talking about that shit. I'm so sorry. I kind of stole one of their balls. I'm trying to make a lighthearted situation. I'm sorry.
You are.
It's okay. It's totally random. We still love you, honey.
I can't even
But
eat it.
when my dad passed away, he actually came to me and talked to me.
Yeah.
That's something I haven't really shared with anybody.
I can't eat the ball.
No, can't hold on.
It
That's
keeps slipping out of my
not
look.
something
Oh,
Dustin might want to know about.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that really sounds like a marriage issue. You might want to discuss it with your husband.
Sorry, Justin. Can't have it.
I'm sorry, Grumpy. I mean,
Oh, wow.
I mean,
He might get the meat bite in a couple of weeks.
No, but thinking about it, I think it was your relatives that came in
It's entirely possible.
to say I'm okay.
I believe that
Yeah.
too.
Because if you were super close with them.
Yeah.
Oh wait, she's manhandling us.
I need
Oh,
a little bit more.
no, I'm
Hands were getting
kidding.
cut off. Ugh. I was like, yeah.
I'm just kidding, for the record.
Oh my God, look at that little.
That is so cute. Let me put it up there. He just did a quail egg in the hot pot. And that
You're
is
making
what
me
it looks
hungry
like.
for
Look at how
Oriental
adorable that is.
It's literally just a yolk.
What are you guys eating? Like ramen or pho or what?
We are eating a hot pot, which is pretty much.
Who wants to try it first? Do you want to try it first? Or?
Sure, why not?
Sure, just plop it in there.
Look at
I
it.
got this.
Look at
What
it.
it is,
It's
it's
so tiny.
what do they call it? It's like not a community.
It's,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
all hot
it's a
pot.
community dinner is what it is. It's called hot pot, which people just sit around and they cook their own food, and it's more like I'm cooking the food, but you stick your food in it and let it cook, and then you eat it out of the Like we have just a bunch of raw food over here that goes into it as we need it or want it.
Oh, hey, Shaw, I was gonna tell you, Amazon has a really good deal on Blink mini cameras. They
Ooh.
have night vision and motion detection,
I know that.
and it was like $20.
Oh, I was looking at those.
Damn.
Oh,
And,
man, I want to take a look at that.
I went to Woot, which is an Amazon company, and I was able to get 2 for like
Look,
$30.
Look what happens. We can get.
I'm sorry. He's
But
making
yeah,
fun
they
of me.
have night vision on them and everything.
Really? How's the view of the camera, though? 'Cause I know the ones I got are sucky.
Where's my phone?
And they're not blank.
They're the ones
And
that
they're
did the
only 20
videos.
bucks?
We might have to take a look at it. But didn't you say we needed to get like a hotspot thing for it?
Yeah. Hang on. Here's. And the other
Well,
thing
the thing
they
is it
don't
would have
record-
to connect through Wi-Fi. They're Wi-Fi cameras.
Oh.
But like I was saying, we can use this. Is that remember that thing that I sent you?
Yeah.
That is like a little
Mini Wi-Fi.
a mini Wi-Fi router.
Oh.
And what you do is you connect this to the
That would
Wi-Fi
be
router,
perfect.
and that can does that. But excuse my messy ass. Like this
They
is the-
do make a Blink outdoor, and it comes with a sync. So basically, that's the entire. That's like your network. And so the sync connects to all of your cameras and then connects to the Blink servers.
Yeah, we might have to invest in this since our DVR's been down.
Did you try the one?
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
have
good.
to try the
See,
one
I
you
need
gave me.
to.
I need to hook that up.
I need to get the camera bar back.
Oh damn! I should have brought the.
Is that in the same room that your parental figures goes? Okay,
What?
but that's very smoky.
Oh, did I send you that?
Oh,
thing that
the
showed
videos were taken in my living room.
From when
The what now? Oh, they were taken in your living room?
That, like when she's
Yeah,
in
they
there
were taken in
smoking,
my
it's
living
like
room.
Wow.
And, like,
super
right
low,
in front
especially
of
when
my
it's
door.
back.
So right when you walk in, that's
But
where the
when she's,
camera
like,
is?
smoking, it
Yeah.
goes up to 500
Wow.
max out, so don't-
Because
don't
that's
go
where that camera is aimed at.
Bless
It's
his
aimed
heart.
right at my door.
He's sleeping. And
Wow.
it'll stay just like that till I get home. Or
It's like somebody was coming in or somebody was walking out.
Right.
That is wow.
Have you tried the tofu yet?
I got one, but I haven't tried it yet.
She's like, I haven't tried it.
I got one too. Ooh, spicy. Ooh.
Okay, unless-
Maybe I shouldn't have got the spicy part.
Kind of, some of them are fun.
Huh?
Maybe I should have got the spicy side.
I've been kind of getting a piece from each side.
Me
so
too.
that it's-
I made sure to get the tofu from the not spicy side because I figured that was going to hold in more. Oh, wow.
Tofu.
Yeah, tofu.
Oh,
But they
and something
mix
else I was
the
going to
bubble
tell
and
you,
it will
Shop.
get
There's
together, so-
Yeah, they've been going back
there's a way to get ordained on the internet.
and forth. I'm ordained.
He's ordained.
I'm ordained.
She's ordained.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
not ordained.
Me too.
Ugh.
Okay, let's put these in here.
Tofu.
Yeah, it's
Get some
the
soy sauce.
Universalist Utilitarian Church or something like that.
Oh, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I need you to not look so nasty.
Oh,
They're frozen still.
oh. He's putting the snails in.
Well, hey, my phone's fixing to die. I need to go back to watching you on TV.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on, honey, and
Oh,
sharing your
you're welcome.
story.
If you guys end up wanting to do an investigation,
Bye, sweetie.
Everyone to do an investigation? What now?
if you guys want to do an investigation, just let me know.
All right, we'll do. I'll get with
All
them and
right.
see when we can do it.
All right, I'm gonna put them
Bye.
in here.
Bye. All right.
Bye, sweetie.
Baby, or is that his penis?
Who are you saying, sweetie, to?
Look, I think it's got a
I would have
penis.
said bye, but I didn't want to
Look,
talk on my mouth.
I think it's got a penis.
Oh my god.
Are you done?
Look.
Oh! That is not what I think it is it?
That one was a boy.
You can have that one.
Hey, come
What did
on,
he say?
share it, honey.
I'm
You
what?
what? I or dumbed.
Share it,
You're
honey.
Okay. I was like, you're what?
Oh my God, was that really what I think it was? Oh my God, it looked just.
It looked like a little dog's red rocket.
Yeah,
And what were you thinking it was?
a peepee.
For those,
It
Oh,
had the red
gosh.
part on it. It was sticking straight up.
Oh,
Without
he's
the quail egg.
he's a step below ordained. I haven't tried it yet. I've been fiddle dicking around.
She's
Fiddle dicking.
I'm keeping it. It's too cute.
It is. This is the smallest egg I have ever had.
The tofu is good.
Tofu is good. So, fun fact. Did you know that eggs are the largest single-celled organism?
No.
They don't actually have cells in them. Because just as a female's egg is one cell,
Yeah.
so is
Ah,
a regular egg.
wouldn't even thought to think that.
Well, and that's the reason that they use that to make like vaccines and things, because they put it in there and it reproduces inside the cell.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is
So they
it
kind of fertilize
They're
it.
actually good.
good? It's just probably just a small. I mean,
It is, basically. It tastes like a small
Well, that's what
egg.
somebody was talking about with the ostrich egg. They're like, it just tastes like an egg. It's just really, really big.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the largest single cell.
Yeah.
organism.
Hi.
That one's the tiny, tiny one.
A tiny, tiny one. Yep. We have friends coming online and telling us their ghost stories, and we're eating out of a hot pot.
That's actually really good.
It is,
Considering it's
especially
tofu.
yes. I've been letting it soak in my soy sauce over here, and then taking bites of it. It's really
Guys,
good.
I'm
Oh, I
going
forgot I had
to,
dipping sauce. Stop.
Do what?
guys, I gotta go help mom. I love y'all.
Love you
Love
too,
you.
honey. Thank you for coming on.
I even made it without
Bye.
feeling it. See?
Boy.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye. So we are having anybody that wants to come and share their story. You don't have to be on video. You can just be on mic if you want to. You can choose that whenever you log in. Or not log in, but click the link. If you click the link that's in there, let me see if I can put it back in there again. This link will send a ding to me and let me know that you guys are wanting to come on air. And if you want to come on air and share your experience, your ghost story, anything that you've had to deal with, whether it's a ghost story or a UFO sighting or abduction, stuff like that, you're more than welcome. Sasquatch sighting, cryptid sighting,
I almost thought about becoming a cryptozoologist.
cryptozoologist, zoologist. Why did I say zoo?
My mother.
That is bad. That's a bad juju. I went to a drinking party once, saw a shining white figure in the darkness. It was just a human, inexplicably. You're so crazy, honey. This girl right here is at every one of the Wednesday shows in the chat room. This is who I call Sherry Kittens in the room.
So I think next time I'm just going to get the regular base from this side
Mm-hmm.
and then spice it as I want
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it. It's very healthy.
It's a little,
The spicy one?
Yeah.
Yeah. My
So
mouth is
spicy.
still burning.
I know,
I
right?
mean, but you know what's really funny is it's not like a horrible burn.
No, it's not. It's,
It's
actually
like
tolerable.
you can it's there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like you're just loud enough to be annoying.
Right?
Yeah.
It's actually, for me, because I eat hot wings, but I can't stand, like, the blazing hot or the too hot. It's got to be, like, the mild or a low medium. Because once you eat too many of them, it just gets annoying.
How is the restream stuff done? What restream?
No,
stuff?
it's still going on. It's just Twitch for some reason, and Twitter is not getting the link. It's not sending it through. Oh, it did this time. Twitch did. but Twitter is not getting the link. So no, the restream stuff is still going on. We just don't have anybody coming on yet. So I've got it on this screen until we get a ding and hear somebody pop online. I was kind of hoping I could reach out to somebody from the G crew and have them come on and tell us a little bit about the Velisca house. But
I'm gonna take a majority.
my nose is running. I'm sorry. It's hot. Ugh.
I'm gonna try to get rid of the majority of the spicy one, and then we'll just use the other one.
But I was talking about the Velisca house. I'm trying to set up a time for us to go out there.
Cool.
So when would we think would be a great time to join Mr. Hauser and go on an investigation of the Velisca house?
You have more of a restrictive schedule than I do.
No.
No, I really have a. Not really
No, thank
restrictive.
you.
It's
Well,
just
but I mean, like
between
between
October 13th through November. Actually, I don't know if I'm coming back 3 weeks after or 4 weeks after.
that's what I was.
You leave right after we come back, don't you?
Yeah, the next Monday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to leave Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, I am gonna leave Sunday. That way I can get there Monday. But I could leave Monday because it's a 16-hour drive. So
From here or
Yeah.
from there?
from here.
Oh, damn. So you're going to be driving a
But
long
that's an
time.
11-hour drive from there to here.
Yeah, but I don't leave until the next Monday.
Mm.
I don't leave until the Monday after. So I'll be back.
Oh, the
Oh,
Monday
And the,
after
reason,
we
and
get
the reason
back.
I'm doing that is so
Okay.
that I can get my medications in while I'm
Gotcha.
in
Gotcha.
town.
Okay.
yeah. Understandable.
But I can't.
No habanero for me. Thank you. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Unless you want me to cry. I mean, and it would be involuntary crying because it'd just be all my sinuses leaking out of my pores.
Calendar. Ooh. Okay,
Spring
so-
the warm made
Volume
pain
To manage. Volume pain.
I don't know what you're talking about, Twig.
Maybe the loudness. Do I get loud?
Oh.
I thought I kind of curbed that since.
I'm like
Considering myself.
the voice of reason over here. I have to.
I have to say something.
The voice of truth.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got what he's saying now.
What?
When other people come on,
Oh. Okay.
he's aware that he may have to mess with the volume.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right.
Took a
Yeah,
minute, but-
because
okay.
Oh, okay, I get it now. Okay, so
I mean,
we
we're
leave
talking
on
to
the
somebody that spilled
13th.
rice everywhere and water everywhere.
I want some chicken.
She tried to make.
Stabbed myself yesterday.
Can we put chicken in there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Dustin's like, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we leave on the 13th,
Oh,
come back on
sure.
it. Yeah, we can get that too. So we leave on the 13th, come back on the 18th, and then I leave on the 24th, Sunday, that next Sunday. I'll leave like in the afternoon, and that way I get to like, huh? What
Do
me
you
to
want
do?
that kind or do you want the other kind?
That's fine. It doesn't really matter. Here, let me see what all's in here. Oh, there's not a one there. Go ahead.
I'll put enough in there for all of us. A few of them.
And then let's see. And then there's chicken and pork back there too. Don't forget that. I'm gonna put some on both sides. Okay, so then I'll be back. I'll be gone week of the 25th, the 1st, so the 22nd of November. Between the 20th and 22nd.
So anytime after that.
Yeah. I might just be there 3 weeks, but I'm really kind of almost planning on a whole month just so I can get the stuff that I have planned that I want to do done. Because I created a monster of a list of things that need to be accomplished.
Oops. My hand is freezing.
Hey, at least it's cold.
Right? This is fun. I like this.
Isn't it
Great
fun?
idea, Dustin.
I was like, yeah, pizza was alright, but
Let's
not
get
as-
everybody
it's
involved,
not as interactive.
right?
But yeah, these quail eggs, I'm gonna have to go search for some.
You're gonna probably go back with a lot of them.
They were like, sir, do you know you have 10,000 quail eggs?
No, I don't. What?
Like, I didn't count them.
I didn't count them. I just put them in my bag, dude. Sorry.
We're like, you took the time to count them? Oh my god. Okay. Put that in there.
Yeah, so that's gonna cook, and then
All right. Chicken and pork are good. And shrimp. Oh, I didn't put any shrimp in the hot side. What the heck?
You're slacking.
I know. I saw that little girl. What the hell?
alright.
What the hell? Don't say that. What the hell? Justin's
You
messing
can
up.
just put olives in there if you want.
Okay.
I mean, they're not gonna get overcooked because it's not like boiling.
Right. Did it turn off?
It just came.
Oh.
I just heard it go.
Yeah. Like, did it turn off? What'd
Put
she
some more on the
say?
side.
No, y'all's volume wasn't level with the other folks. Oh, is it like too low or too high? I saw 2 UFOs in the sky, followed a swim arc for 2 hours until they were out. Oh. Did they use their lights on the ship to communicate with each other? Or they were in the sky? I asked this for a reason. Oh, I don't think there's going to be any room in that pot. Oh, maybe. Maybe.
For what? The rest of that?
There's only a couple of them.
What does that wait for it to start blowing?
Mm.
Oh, okay, that's all the shredded shrimp.
Blinking.
No,
Yeah.
it's not shredded. It's just
I
peeled.
mean, not shredded. Yeah, peel. I meant
Oh,
peel.
it just peeled.
He
It's not
said
shredded.
they were louder than us, and
Oh.
she said yes, they were blinking.
They were blinking like they were communicating? Okay. The reason I asked that is because when I was living in Destin, Florida, there was an incident back in 2006? Yes, 2006. Where we were out back in my friend's yard. Well, she was. And the next thing I know, she's like, Shauna, you need to come out here. You need to come out here. You got to see this. So I go out there and there's like
Oh, wait.
there's an airstrip like close by, but not, is it done?
No.
I was about to say,
But we've lost
we've lost,
the snails.
oh.
You're like, not a big loss. There's one.
But she, I love how you get the D first.
Right? I'm the guinea
Look,
pig
I
here.
found it for you.
But she was like, you need to come out here. You need to come out here. So I went out there, and the camera that I had at the time was my phone camera. And funny thing about that, there's a funny story after that one too. Oh,
You're
yeah,
but,
getting out of this, so.
we're figuring that out.
And they're like, oh, you
did you give me the one with the red rocket?
No.
But I go outside, and there was this one that kind of brightens and then dims.
Oh, that's
the one with the red
no,
rocket.
No, that's that little black dot that was in the soup. I was like, what the?
But it would
Must
dim, and then it would get brighter. And then you'd see one, like, over to the right get brighter, and then dim. And then the one over to the left get brighter, and then dim. And then they all three brightened up at the same time. And they were orange. And if you remember right back in the news about, oh, God, what was it, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? They were coming out with footage of unidentified objects in the air doing this blinky thing. Is it done?
No, that's a mushroom.
No, that's chicken.
Oh, okay. Damn.
That's cool. But they had that going on. Well, my house was robbed in 2009, and that phone was one of the things that got taken. So, I don't have the footage. All I have is my memories and witnesses. But
Oh.
that's why I asked if they were blinking or not, because
Oh,
There it
goodness.
is.
I because that
I even got the big
was
one.
very, very interesting, and I recorded it. They were doing it for like an hour. What?
He even got the bigger one.
Ha ha ha! Are you sure about that? Because this is pretty big. Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna dip it in this sauce over here. You're gonna soak up some soy sauce, damn it, because you're gonna be salty.
What, the snail?
Yeah.
No, I don't. It's salty.
So that was spicy. Um, these are snails. No, they don't have the shell.
I
So
thought at first
we
when I
have to eat
saw
that
them-
whole thing.
At first when I saw them, I thought that they were smoked oysters. And
Oh.
I was like, oh, okay.
All right.
All right, are we ready to eat it together? If I spit it out, don't be offended. Ugh.
Right.
Hey,
All right.
I got them for us to try, not for us to like immediately.
Watch us all like it though.
Right, I'd be like, oh, we got to put all those in
Yeah,
there.
put it all in there.
Stop it all. Let's go.
All right, ready?
It smells good.
One.
now that-
2.
Okay, it's chewy.
They're very chewy, but not bad.
Not horrible. I can't do the chewy thing.
And that thing, they're good.
Yeah. But I'm not digging
He's spitting it out.
No, it's good. I just can't do the chewy thing.
It's like,
I wonder if
It's like a real tough tendon. Like you're
Yeah.
eating it off of the
I
cow.
wonder if we didn't cook it for so long, if it'd be different. We'll try another one and see what happens.
Yeah.
it's
Because I was
like,
in there for a while and they're already cooked.
Yeah, they were a while. I need a chicken.
almost like trying to eat a chicken gizzard.
Oh, God,
These are
yes.
done.
Those are hard and chewy, too.
They're pink already.
Are they done?
They're pink already. Yeah.
Sweet.
We'll see.
Let's get a spicy shrimp and a not spicy shrimp. Look at that
Pretty.
pretty pink color.
Yeah, obviously it doesn't take very long for these things to cook.
No.
I mean, I know
Chicken!
shrimp doesn't take very long to cook, but
Yeah, chicken doesn't either. Typical.
No.
especially when it's cut this small.
Yeah. And I want to try to find a pork. There's another shrimp. I'll take a not spicy shrimp. That's
Yeah.
a piece of chicken.
Chicken's done.
Oh, I'll take that too. I like those. I'm fishing for pork. I think.
You know what we need to do now that it's hot and we can do
Okay,
that?
I need to get
We need to use our basket.
Yeah, I'm about to say I gotta get my
That's
basket.
what they're for. Because then you just take it and you put it in the basket and you lay it down in there
Mm-hmm.
and let it cook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't lose it.
So you don't lose it.
Don't lose it in the menagerie of bullshit.
Oh, that's a lot of menagerie bullshit.
Well, that's what he was having problems with finding the
There's an egg.
snails. So,
Did I
Yeah,
put
what?
pork on this side or did I put it all in the hot side? I could have
I
sworn I
don't
put it in
know.
this side.
I don't see any on that side.
I'm sad now.
Those
I have to eat-
meatballs are actually kind of good. I mean,
They
I'm
are.
gonna make my own next time, but
Oh, there's pork right there. All right. Nope, that's tofu.
I'll say for it.
Do they sink to the bottom or something? Can you imagine? This is gonna be spicy as hell.
Mhm.
uh-huh. I
Well-
get one of those just.
Do this. Go get the pork over there.
Oh, there it is.
Did you find one?
Yeah, right there.
I was like, go get the pork over there, and then we'll just.
Oh, they're flat.
Stick it in your
That's what I forgot.
basket. Mm.
I think they're smooth. Are they smoother than?
Well, no, they kind of look just like chicken. It's just they're square instead of the long.
Okay, yeah, because the chicken I cut in strips,
Yeah.
and that was like in an oval.
So I'm wondering if it was in here. I just didn't see it. I could have sworn I put the equal amount in this side that I just mixed up. There's an underground tunnel in there, isn't there?
Right.
Uh-huh.
And it got sent over to the other side. Damn it! It wanted me to cry today.
Now these shrimps don't have their tails taken off, so. be
There's
mind-
more pork.
be mindful.
Well, I'm gonna put some pork on that side because there's no pork, and I could have sworn I put pork in there.
Well, I'm just gonna steal her basket for a minute.
Oh, pot sticker!
Yeah, we got those too.
Yeah. Rock your body.
We're having so
Yeah.
much fun with this.
We are.
It's
Good. It is good.
all right.
And considering I
It's
saved
fine,
myself
too.
to eat this all day long,
Right?
it's like I'm gonna save my calories because I'm gonna be
Yeah,
eating
that's
some
a-
darn.
It's fun too on top of it.
Good
Damn it,
stuff.
I didn't bring the game.
Aww. The Hocus Pocus game that you wanted to play last week. Well, we'll have to play it next week.
We're too busy trying to get this on.
Stuff together. for
Oh.
the-
Speaking of time, Friday's live on the week of the 13th, which would be 15th. We'll probably do some live feeds from the convention, so you'll be able to see us at the convention. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the restream on my phone. I don't know that. I don't know about that yet, but I'll figure it out. And if so, we'll give you some sneak peeks of the convention, and maybe I can get a few stars on there. Maybe Santi will be available. And Moses and the Shay. Yes. If you don't know who Moses and the Shay are, they were the pet
Yeah.
walkers
My God.
for Michonne. What'd you do?
Mm,
Which one? What do you?
He's-
Sure.
Oh.
Because it's so good. He's just like.
And I think there's a spicy one too.
Oh wow. Anybody want another beer?
Sure. We're both like.
It's just beer.
Sure.
But see, like this is more fun than just going and eating. Like, pizza.
Yes. Been able to do it around here. But the week of the 15th, that Friday, we'll be doing live from DeadCon. Granted, I think DeadCon closes at like 9 p.m. Eastern time, so it'd be 8 p.m. Central time. So during that time frame, we're probably going to be in the VIP room eating dinner because we are VIP. But it's like a meet and greet dinner that we get to sit in and be around the stars and all that are there. Saturday night or after the VIP dinner is going to be the ghost hunt with Angel Ray, and that's going to be at the oh my gosh, what's it called? The Masonic Lodge thing. Is that what it is? The Masonic Lodge. All right, the Masonic Lodge in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I want
You know how
us
they
to
get
go to
into
that, but
You taking. Let's cover some.
Saturday.
Squeeze it. Yeah.
Saturday at the
Cool.
convention, we will be in our room at our speaking room because we're going to be speakers. 1 o'clock? Did I say 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock, I believe. I'll take another look at it and advertise it.
Who knows?
But that's when
Whenever
we're supposed to
we
be there
pop
on
out.
Saturday. So come meet us. Come hear our stories, and we'll let you know what we're going to plan for next year. We had it planned for this year, but things happened and a lot of things kind of fell apart. Oh.
Dragonfly.
Wow.
the brand?
They're. I saw that quite a bit. Dragonfly is like a big.
Hey, you know, I don't know where that dragonfly went to that was in here that day. Your dragonfly fell off the TV the other day and landed right in the middle of my electrical tape.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But we are going to be speaking in that room on Saturday at 1 o'clock. At the same time, the horror panel will be going on. Unfortunately, that's where I would love to be. But I'm hoping I can get around and get some good interviews for you guys for the upcoming show that's coming out in November. I'll also give y'all some sneak peeks and a commercial. But we're going to have a blast. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited. The only thing that I'm not excited about is the fact that I don't have any merchandise yet. Because my logo isn't done yet.
Oh.
Because I've been busting ass on getting title images completed for the website. Because I didn't start this website. I had to start over, basically. I started this website at the very ass end of June. And, or was it the beginning of June? No, it was the ass end of June, and I had to basically start over on redoing all of these images. I already got an idea in my head for next year's image if the boss man agrees to it and likes it. So we'll see what happens. If that's the case, then I'm going to go ahead and have the darn template set and ready. So all I have to do is take the background out and do whatever I need to do to tweak that picture to make it look great. Speaking of, I have to get the banner for Mr. Trejo ready and sent to the printing press because they said it was pixelated. I'm like, it shouldn't be pixelated. I didn't do it in a pixelated fashion. So we'll see what happens, and I'm going to talk to the guy and see what he means and where to go from there. But I'm looking really forward to this convention because we haven't been to a convention in, 2 years.
Time.
2 years. 2019 was the last time we went to a convention. And as much as I wanted to go to the investigation that the booths were having in July, which they gave me a video and I was so thrilled over it. I'll have to show you guys. It was really sweet.
Ah, this is the glass noodles.
Oh, that turns to clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're rice.
No, these are the mung bean.
Oh. Huh. That's interesting. But they sent me a video via Deb because Deb got to go. And it was very, very awesome of them. Wow. It's already done.
Pretty damn close.
Wow.
So much fun! Maybe we should just take this and do this in the hotel.
Right? That would be fun.
I'm sure they
They
have
had,
a
like-
store up there.
They like, excuse me. Well, we don't have to worry about that. We just get a cooler room.
Yeah,
Because my room's got a hotel, or my...
your room's got a hotel.
Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
girl, it's
I want to see this room.
massive.
Right?
It's got... Yeah, these are glass noodles.
Oh, sweet. So what we're doing tonight is we're having a hot pot. Yes, my yuck juice. But I don't like calling it yuck juice. I like calling it a damn good beer. But we are actually doing tonight, we're doing the hot pot thing tonight. Also, if you have a ghost story that you'd like to share with us, you don't have to be on video. It can just be a mic. If you want to get on restream with us, and sorry, oh, it's the wheat in the bottom. I'm like, what the hell is that? Get on us with a restream and share your story and tell us about your experience and what happened and everything. If you just want to say it in chat, you're more than welcome to. I'll say what you said, and people can see right over here what
Maybe
you
not.
say.
I may not like these.
Sorry, ladies. I need to call it a night. If you're still on when I wake up, I'll see you. All right, Grumpy. Thank you for coming on.
Good
We
night.
appreciate it. The dragonflies. If y'all just heard me speak about the dragonflies, those that know me and know the situation around the dragonflies, it's been kind of interesting because
We're
my
not even halfway done yet.
I
Right?
know.
my little cousin died when he was 9 years old from MRSA. His mama, of course, which is my cousin, she's my second cousin. Her mama is my first cousin, so that makes him my third. He was only 11 months younger than my oldest son, and his
Mung
favorite
bean
thing was
so great.
dragonflies.
We're gonna try this one.
They're not good.
It's like chewing 3D film.
Oh,
Yum.
gross. But his favorite thing was dragonflies, and here in the last 6-7 months, I've been seeing nothing but dragonflies come
Yeah.
up. We had a dragonfly just appear in here out of nowhere.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just gonna cook. We'll just try it.
Just let it cook for a little while.
Yeah, because that was like no.
But
That's why I brought regular ramen noodles just to back up.
but he was showing me on his bag that there was a dragonfly on it. And he had also made me a ring that my daughter, I told you that my daughter stole, right?
Uh-huh.
She stole it from me, so I don't have the ring. But he made me a ring, or he had a ring. Did you make it?
Hmm?
Did you make the ring, or did you just find it?
Oh, I just.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot completely all about that.
yeah. Dragonfly ring, and I had worn it for a long, long time until I got, well, actually, I wore it for almost, because you gave it to me, God, 8 years ago?
Something like that.
But I wore it for a long time. He gave it to me before Ari was born. And then when Ari turned 3, she stole it from me. And I find it here and there, and then she takes it away again, and then,
Oh, thanks for finding that for me, Mom.
yeah. And then I'll take it away from her, and she'll take it away from me and lose it again, and I'll find it again.
Oh my God, this is so good cooked.
Oh, is it?
The daikon radish.
Oh, it's like a potato.
Yeah, it looks like a, well, it's kind of like a potato, but it's holding its structure. What did you just do?
What the
I didn't
hell?
shit.
What was that?
That was a bottle
It was a
cap that
bottle
was
cap.
thrown.
No, it was on
Oh.
this bottle. But it just
Oh
fucking
my
flew
Oh
God.
by itself.
Yeah, because she had her thing in there.
Because I'm in here. I'm not even.
Damn it,
Oh.
the camera is not
Oh,
even
shit,
on it.
I just dumped your noodles.
Oh, you're good. Y'all be
No,
good.
there they are. But yeah, I
Get
wasn't
get
even.
another thing. You got.
I wasn't even
bottom.
touching that thing.
Which one did it come from?
The one in the bag.
Feel the. Okay, we're gonna debunk this real quick. Nope. Feel the bottom. Closer to the. Okay. Not debunked. Sorry.
It's probably Tobias.
That's kind of.
I wish y'all would have been able to see that, but the camera's not even on it.
Yeah, it was just like.
It just got a shot.
Those daikon radishes.
I wasn't even touching the damn thing. That's what was funny.
They're better than freaking potato.
Uh-huh. And they're probably less carbs and less calories.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna look that up here in a second.
Like, I'm gonna check
What did
it
you
out.
put in this? Soy sauce and sweet chili?
Soy sauce,
Sweet chili, garlic sauce.
garlic.
Oh, so you put a little bit of everything?
Yeah. Where the fuck is the
That's good.
chicken?
Well, if there's any more in there, just get some. It takes like 5 seconds to cook.
I know.
Right.
Oh,
There's pot stickers in there.
Oh, our pot stickers.
they're not done yet though, are they?
No, why would
Oh
they
yeah,
be?
they'd be done.
Okay. Well, there's one right there on the top.
I gotta stab it.
Stab it. Oh,
We do have more chicken in the any event that we cook all this and want more.
Oh, there's pork in there.
This is his
Because I didn't even put pork back in there.
scoodles. Hey, guess
Here.
what? There's
Oh.
another
Roll out of the way.
whatchamacallit?
Did they have a baby while I was in there?
I think
Snail. There's another snail.
They had to have had a baby while he was in there. Because
Okay.
What the hell?
Here, take the noodles and just put them in here.
okay, you know what? Come here.
Well, I just put the noodles in here.
I'm
Oh,
trying.
sorry.
I'm just gonna bypass those suckers and just go.
Dear God.
They didn't taste good.
Okay, ready? One,
Even
two,
cooked
three.
that long?
I don't know. I'm not gonna try it again.
I
He's like, I don't wanna.
don't want to do it. Don't make me.
They were.
Oh, look.
Still some down the bottom if you want to try one.
I got one.
They're.
I think.
Whenever I
No, that's a
whenever I
Brussels
tried
sprout.
to eat it a second ago, it was like trying to chew that snail.
Oh,
And you know, I was kind of expecting the snails to be chewy to begin with, because everybody says they are.
yeah.
I was like, we'll see.
I was expecting a fishier taste, and I didn't get a fishy taste at all from it. I guess because I had it in here, maybe.
Snails are not from the ocean.
I don't
I
know.
didn't really get
I'm like, they're not from the ocean, girl.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that's not from the ocean that still
Okay.
tastes like fish. I mean,
So
you got catfish, and
a gamey taste. How's that? I didn't really get a gamey taste
I don't like catfish. I don't like bass. I don't like.
until I had chewed it for a little bit. And then it was,
Yeah.
but mainly because it was just chewy.
So, what is it that leaves the film at the top of our mouth?
That's the one.
All the
From-
oils from all the different.
Yeah, from the different.
All right.
ones. So like, I don't want that anymore.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good pot sticker. That's a spicy pot sticker. Oh my god.
Okay, so they're not bad after they cook a little bit.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, there's one. Yeah, they're not bad at all.
Here we go. Yeah, I guess I just didn't let it sit on that long because I was like, oh my god, this is horrible.
Ugh.
Like, what is that?
And so anybody that wants to join us and talk about ghost stories, get a beer, y'all get some food, chillax, have dinner with us.
Okay, yeah.
I need to head out now though. Night, Shauna. Night, friends. Night, honey. Thank you for coming on.
Good night.
There's still another egg in there.
We are talking about UFOs and we're talking about paranormal. Oh, y'all know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the serial killer thing. Like, who is your favorite serial killer? Dustin, I know you got one.
Anybody that kills stupid people is on my list.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't just kill stupid people. Like, do you have any that are in the cult related? Like, you would, okay. I'm going to say one thing. My favorite
Still
serial
name.
killer is like,
I got it.
no, I'm going to let Dustin answer his now. Go ahead. Who's your favorite serial killer?
It's a hard question. Let's see.
Because there's a lot out there.
Jeffrey Dahmer, there's, which he wouldn't qualify.
Who?
Jeffrey Dahmer, because he was killing eating gay guys.
He does qualify.
He was
But he doesn't.
He was a
he-
serial
he
killer.
doesn't qualify as being one that I would put on my list. As being
Oh.
okay.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
because he killed, yeah. Well, didn't he have sex with him first?
yeah, no.
It's
Oh,
like,
I know. I understand. But I was like, wow.
God. Oh, which one was that? That was a truck driver that was killing prostitutes
Oh.
up in like Ohio or something. In
what's
fact, I
his
just
name?
watched that.
Hey, Google, who is the truck driver that was a serial killer? I watched it come up with like 800 different ones.
According to Wikipedia, Robert Benjamin Rhodes, also known as the truck stop killer, is an American serial killer and rapist.
Also, let's see. Is an American serial killer and rapist. He was convicted for 3 murders and was slated to be tried for 2 more before charges were dropped due to the wishes of victims' families.
No, this one was like 50 something people, and they assume that he's probably more like 200. But not that there's anything wrong with being a prostitute, but
right. And it seems like the prostitutes had the bad end of everything because they are part of a lot of different kind of killings. Like you have the truck stop or the trucker that killed him. Then you had was it the pimp that would kill him? But if they didn't do something they were supposed to do.
Prostitutes got killed by everybody.
Yeah, I know.
he just got
This is
bad rap
bad.
in general.
Yeah.
I wish I had that plum sauce here.
Driver.
Oh, plum sauce.
Serial. Eileen Vornos. Oh, Keith Hunter Jesperson, the truck driver serial killer in Oregon. Let's see what his is. Keith Hunter Jesperson is a Canadian-American serial killer who murdered at least 8 women in the United States during the early 1990s. He was known as the Happy Face Killer because he drew smiley faces on his many letters to the media and prosecutors.
Nope, that wasn't.
Keith Hunter, not that one. Go back. There was a lot of truck driver serial killers. What's going on with you guys?
Well, it's easy for
Because
them
they have access. I mean,
They get to go around and leave the
It's
town. Yeah.
normal for them to just be pulled over on the side of the road at some point.
Wow.
Oh, wait.
that is the true definition of a shoop in and shoop out.
All right.
Okay, so if it female, I'm gonna go with this one.
Oh, Warren.
No, Aileen Carroll.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Warnos. Nose.
12 terrifying truck driver killers who murdered while on the road. 12 of them? Wow. That's just 12 of them. Edward Surratt. Between 1977 and 1978, over 24 individuals were randomly murdered along the highways of Pennsylvania and Ohio.
That's it.
That-
What's his name?
Um,
And how many?
Edward Surratt.
Yeah, that's the question.
Long haul trucker Edward
You
Surratt
just
would
figure
break into homes inhabited by couples, immediately shoot and kill the male, and then kidnap, rape, and kill the female. He was arrested in 1978 for raping a mother and daughter in front of their bound husband and father. However, police suspected him of a total of 18 murders. In 2007, he finally confessed to 6 unsolved slayings that had plagued the Ohio area for 30 years.
That's one of them. There's another
Wow.
one that the guy just kept leaving.
Hi, Renee. Yep, food.
These guys,
We're having a hot pot dinner.
he would leave them on the side of the road in like a
Oh! Oh my god, I know who you're talking about.
like a
Ew.
sleeping bag.
Metheny, Joe Metheny, was an obese, 6 foot tall serial killer with an appetite for human flesh.
Ugh.
In the mid 90s, he killed
Can't be
2
any worse than
prostitutes.
nails.
Oh, right. Ugh.
You have a point.
In the mid 90s, he killed 2 prostitutes, dismembered their bodies, and stored their body parts in his freezer. Following his eventual arrest, he claimed he used human flesh mixed in with hamburger meat and sold it to customers at his hamburger stand.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Working as a truck driver in 1994, Metheny developed a desire to kill and consume people. It was during this time that his wife left him, taking along their son and setting off the rage-filled monster within him. Ew. He is gross.
Is it because he was full of methane? Oh. No meth there.
Wayne Adam Ford. In November 1998, long-haul trucker Wayne Adam Ford calmly walked into the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office in Eureka, California, and presented himself with a woman's severed breast. He shocked authorities even further when he confessed to murdering 4 women between 1997 and 1998, possibly more.
Sir, I found this boob on the road. I don't know who it belongs to, but
I just thought I'd turn it in for you. I mean, maybe somebody might come in asking for it.
Somebody may come in reporting a lost boob, you know. Wow.
Ford often picked up young white hitchhikers during his truck routes. He would rape and kill them in his truck and then keep their bodies for several days before disposing of them. Ugh. He confessed to his crimes because God told him to do so. He was arrested and sentenced to death for the murders. Wow.
Well,
Ooh, the vampire trucker. Timothy J. Vegetus? Vegetus? I don't know. Sorry.
sounds like he's sucking on something.
Oh, he was a Minnesota truck driver who kidnapped young women and kept them in a torture room inside his truck. How do you have a torture room inside your truck? All you have is a bed. Is that your torture room?
He slept in hotels and stuff.
Which he called the Twilight Express. He wore fangs and forced his victims to wear fake fangs as well, before chipping their teeth down into actual fangs. He was arrested during a routine truck stop inspection when inspectors saw bruises on his young female passenger and learned that she had a protection order against him. As it turns out, he kidnapped the 19-year-old girl, a relative, and kept her in his truck for 6 months.
oh my God.
Put some
Wow.
ramen in here.
The Redhead Killer. Between 1978 and 1992, numerous women were murdered in areas of Tennessee, Arkansas, Pennsylvania, and Kentucky. The killer remains unidentified. However, it's clear that he had a preference for redheaded women. These unsolved murders have come to be known as the Redheaded Killings. Either he's already dead, or he's just too old to be able to do anything. At least 6 women with reddish hair were found dead along the side of the highways in the United States. This is the one you were talking about. And many are suspected of being hitchhikers or prostitutes at the time of their deaths. Due to the varied locations where the victims were found, authorities suspect that the killer was a truck driver. However, they have no evidence to confirm their theories at this time. So he is still out there or dead.
Oh, wow.
Bruce Mendenhall. Accused serial killer and truck driver Bruce Mendenhall was arrested in June 2007 for the murder of Sarah Holbert in Tennessee. He was also charged with killing 3 other women at truck stops in Alabama, Indiana, and Tennessee. Mendenhall was first suspected by police when his rig and trailer were seen by a witness near the location where Holbert's body was discovered. When authorities called up to him, they found blood inside the truck. The trucker soon confessed to killing at least 5 other women, all at truck stop locations. The murderer also previously ran for mayor in Illinois. But
Oh,
lost.
my God.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad I just take naps at truck stops instead,
Right?
Right?
instead of trying to go and play the field.
Robert Ben Rhodes prowled the roads of Texas and Illinois, picking up hitchhikers and murdering them in his long-haul truck between 1975 and 1990. The killer turned the cab of his truck into a torture chamber where he inflicted pain on his unsuspecting victims before killing them. Rhodes' most infamous case was the kidnapping and murder of 14-year-old Regina K. Walters. The driver picked her up with her boyfriend in Texas and held her in captivity for several days after killing her boyfriend. Before ending her life, Rhodes took an eerie photo of the frightened Regina in a barn where her body was later found. Rhodes was arrested in 1990 and was convicted for 3 murders. However, police suspect that he may be responsible for as many as 50. This is the one you were talking about.
It sounds like there's a whole lot of them.
Right? Well, this one says responsible for as many as 50. Holy shit. James Robert Cruz. Seemed like a typical family man, working hard as a truck driver to support his wife and daughter. Little did his family know, Cruz had a dark secret. He was a murderer. In 1997, Cruz picked up 17-year-old runaway Dawn Birnbaum, strangled her, and discarded her body near a truck stop in Pennsylvania. Police were able to connect Cruz to the murder by looking closely at his truck route. He was in the area at the time Burnham went missing, and her DNA was discovered in his car. Cruz was sentenced to life in prison for the teen's murder, but he denied killing her.
We have plenty of food. Anybody wants to come over and get some?
Oh, right?
Justin is not.
Adam Leroy Lane was a long-haul trucker who wanted to hunt humans.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Inside this truck sat a DVD hunting humans, which inspired and instructed him on how to live out his dark fantasies of overpowering and killing a person. His job as a trucker enabled him to find victims close to the highway, allowing him to slip in and out of states conveniently. In July 2007, he came upon Darlene Waltz in the backyard of her Harrisburg, Pennsylvania home. He stabbed her to death while her family was inside the house. Next, Lane attacked a woman in York County, Pennsylvania, but she survived. After that, he traveled to New Jersey and killed Monica Mazzaro. Initially, police found it difficult to connect the crimes due to the different locations. However, on July 30th, 2007, Lane made the mistake of attacking a 15-year-old girl in her bedroom as her parents slept in the next room. The girl's father came upon the killer trying to kill his daughter and was able to subdue him. Lane was arrested by police in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, and with the help of DNA and a confession, they were able to connect Lane to the 3 other crimes. He's lucky he was at that house because he would have died in mud.
There's some ramen noodles in there if anybody wants some.
Robert Lambert Jr. Oh, in 2015, Cleveland truck driver Robert Lambert Jr. was arrested after the shooting deaths of 2 men in his home. Following a deeper investigation, police were able to link Lambert's DNA to deaths of 2 women in the late 90s.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some just kind of floating around in there.
Well, those are the top 9, because I didn't do all 12. Truck driver killers.
Yeah, they're not bad now that they're.
Debbie.
Yes, sir.
What is your favorite serial killer? Who is your?
That's a hard question.
That is a very hard question.
I don't know. I don't know that I necessarily really have one favorite.
And I don't really call mine favorites. It's more like that was the most interesting one
At the time.
in a situation.
Yeah. There's just, it's not that I have a favorite, like you said. It's,
Well, they're not going to be favorites because nobody likes a serial killer. But
Oh, wait,
it's
wait, wait, wait.
more because
Uh-huh.
of an interest as to, I'm kind of like the psyche part of it. I want to know why.
Why? They did it. Exactly.
Why that type of victim, like Gacy.
Why did you do it
Why?
that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Gacy.
Why did you go after kids?
The Atlanta
You know,
Monster.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So, for the lack of it being my favorite, that would be,
Wayne Gacy?
yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the way he just dressed up as a clown and.
Yeah. You know, you went after kids. I mean, come on. Well,
Okay, yeah,
I guess
that
they
one
were all
kind of
kids, but the majority.
kind of tops the charts. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, do y'all remember the Atlanta Monster? The one that went after all the black boys and the black guys and would just discard them in the river.
Mhm.
And to this day, he still swears he did not do any of those killings.
Bullshit.
But his car was located at a lot of the scenes.
Yeah.
The night that
I
they,
didn't do it with my girlfriend driving my car.
right? I mean, just sitting there thinking about this. I mean, they had to interview the one podcast I was listening to actually did an interview with him. And he said, "I'm innocent, man. I am just, I mean, he believes himself to be innocent. You can hear it in his voice. He really believes himself to be innocent." And
Well,
it's
in
like,
the event that he is not innocent, he's as one of the sociopath.
mm-hmm.
That's like they don't believe that they're guilty of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Narcissist.
Nurses. Like, nurses don't either.
But
So,
sociopaths usually just do it without any kind of empathy. They don't.
Yeah, there's
sociopaths
nothing there.
have no empathy or regret to anything.
Yeah.
Psychopaths actually do have empathy.
But it's like the grandma. What was her name? I can't remember, but she was arrested here in Oklahoma. And the day that she was put to death, she said, "I have no regrets." But she killed her own grandchild. She killed her family. She took a hairpin and stuck it into the forehead of her grandchild, or not the forehead, the soft spot of her grandchild.
Yeah, and it's.
And it's like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? And I don't think I think she was one of the ones that didn't have any kind of abuse or anything to her. I'm going to have to look that up again.
Kid, I mean,
But
abusing children is
can you hand me
Bad.
that soy sauce?
bad enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can tell you firsthand as a grandma, how the fuck could you do that to your
Right?
grandkids
Not
or
just,
your kids? But I mean, just you know how. Mm-mm.
I don't understand how you could take an innocent soul
Yeah,
that can't protect itself, can't do anything, and just smother it or
Exactly.
kill it or drown it or I don't
Yeah,
understand
there's
people
some
and their psyche.
serious fucking psychotic problems.
Well, the
there.
problem now with the psychotic shit is that so many different psychotic episodes of people are being allowed in the world now because they identify as a deer. I'm sorry. If you identify as a deer, why are you living in your house?
Exactly.
But
Well, this is the house. I thought it was the cave.
I thought I was in the woods.
then what's going to happen when they get shot one day because they're out in the woods portraying a deer and they have horns and everything? I mean, is that person going to be, sentenced to death because he killed a person? I mean, you gotta.
Well,
I mean, I understand the identify as a woman. I understand as identifying as a man. But when you identify as a plant or as a dog or, I'm sorry. I don't understand
I
that.
don't get it.
And back in the day, those were instances where those people were put through electroshock therapy.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't normal. I mean, Poor Dustin, if he was born back in the early 1900s.
Oh, I'd have been still there.
If
Yes,
you,
sir. Like, you want me to do what?
you know, back in them days, if you let your inner retard out,
Oh, right?
you got God only knows done to you.
Well, hell, back in those days, I probably would have.
Well, a lot of people back in those days, like if we were back now.
Oh, God, I know. I would
There'd
be
be so
considered
many
a
of
witch when he was really the witch. And
We'd be in,
we'd be in a whole hell of a lot of trouble.
right?
Whole hell of a lot of trouble. We'd have to do like legends do and actually get like the wigs and stuff that the ship gives them so they can go to these time areas, because with our tattoos and piercings and different color hair, they would have murdered us.
Oh, fuck yeah. We'd have done been gone.
Oh yeah. But no, Wayne
We'd have
Gacy,
been a
that's a
whole
good
new
one.
version of Salem.
Mhm.
Come on. Just the one.
Just the one from a month ago. Well, what is this one here?
Commercial.
That's the
I
one she was-
mean, we're going to talk about Wayne Gacy because we did an interview with Robin Terry. You know who
Uh-huh.
Robin Terry is,
Oh,
Ashmore
yeah.
States. Well, the theater that he has, I believe, is
I believe it is. Where's
he
the-
said that Wayne Gacy has haunted that theater. He can't be in there when John Wayne Gacy is there
he's attached to it or more.
because his heart rate starts going and he starts having heart problems. And I'd asked to investigate the area, but he's not allowing it right now, and I can understand why. I totally respect his, why.
Yeah.
But it was still interesting that that man is haunting that area to that sweet man. Because Robin Terry is a wonderfully
Oh, he
sweet
is.
man.
Awesome.
And he remembers you.
Yeah.
Not saying that that's a bad thing, but wow, it's amazing.
Yeah, I messaged
He
him.
gets a lot of people talking to him on an everyday
I
basis.
messaged him about when we were going to go to the Ghost Brother thing. I messaged him, and mind you, I hadn't talked to him in probably, well, since we had been to Ashmore.
We need to go back up there to take him up there.
Uh-huh. But since we had been to Ashmore, that was the last time I talked
Wow.
to Terry. And I was like, you probably don't remember me. And he comes back and he's like, oh, I remember you.
Well,
Him.
Chris
Well, yeah.
and Philip, these guys are stars. These ladies are
Yeah.
stars. Like, not as big as you are, honey.
Down there,
What?
I need a
paper towel.
But, no,
It's
just,
a little moist over.
he, to know that Wayne Gacy haunts his area is just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Mine is kind of weird because I was watching American Horror Story, and mine is in American Horror Story. Mine is the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only reason he is, or she, is one of my favorite. Ashmore Estates. Yep. The reason he is mine is because of the cryptid messages that would get sent. Now, do I believe that the one that sent the cryptid messages is the actual killer? No. I believe he just wanted it for fame. And my screen goes blurry.
It's like, "Meh."
Could it be? Yes. But nobody knows. There's so many people that have come out over the years saying, oh, my dad was the Zodiac Killer, or my dad was the Zodiac Killer. I mean, how do you know it wasn't a woman?
Right.
Or
I
a
mean,
deer.
Or a plant. But,
it was that damn sunflower. That's what it was.
ah, fucking freaking firkin sunflower.
Okay, well, now that we know that these are good when they're actually good.
But,
The ears.
we, I liked the messages because I like puzzles. I love puzzles. And when they were sending in the cryptid messages, I was trying to decipher them without looking to see what they deciphered them to be. Man, those things are hard because he wasn't sending it like military would have sent it back then. Like, you know,
Right.
you send an alphabet and then you like kind of skip a couple letters and go by that. No, he was doing like random shit, or she was doing like random shits all over the place. And to sit there and think about their mindset and why they were, why did they do it like that and then send a letter? Did they really want to get caught, or were they doing it to boast?
I think they were probably doing it. This is just my opinion. I think they were doing it to boast. Kind of like, look what I can do.
And you can't catch
And you
me.
haven't caught me yet, and you ain't going to.
Well, like
type
that
of thing.
one where they sent another man.
Everybody
So food
We're
on
all
myself.
flinging noodles, you know. You just have to ignore it.
sniffing. and-
Like that one where they sent them saying, I was right there in the park. Saw every one of you go
Uh-huh.
up to the bodies and look at them.
Yeah.
Not once did you come to me and even that. No, he did get interviewed by a cop. Because, or she. And they even said, I even told you where I saw them at.
Yeah.
And you kept running
And
and
you
went
know,
right along.
There's a couple of serial killers. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that word.
That basically put themselves in the investigation.
Oh, yeah.
They were there, they got interviewed, and the
They were
cops
never
were
caught.
none the fucking wiser.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and then you got people going, well, the cops are stereotyping me, or what's the other word I'm looking for? Not stereotyping, but where they have to.
I need more than that.
Starts with a P?
Shit.
Oh my God, what is it called?
Like stereotyping, but
Yeah.
they're
Profiling.
profiling.
Thank you. The cops are profiling me. Good job. The cops are
What
profiling
would we
me.
do without Dustin?
I know.
You
But
wouldn't have hot pot.
right? But now you look at that murder scene and you look at that concept, and that's why they profile people.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they didn't, sorry, I'm eating
Yeah.
and my mouth.
Well, and a lot of them nowadays have, a lot of the cops, I should say, have realized that these people do interject themselves into the investigations.
Because they're
So
fucking
they
psycho.
start looking for that. You know, if it's, you'll notice when they're doing an investigation, they're like, so if it's somebody that like shows up a lot, then that's somebody you want to check into. And
Look at this new case. I felt really bad for Gabby. Really bad for Gabby. But the minute they said he came back without hair, I
they
knew
should have been on his ass.
they should have been there, got his ass out of that house, and put him in a damn jail cell
Yep.
until they found out otherwise. Because it was too suspicious. Because if it was me and
Yeah.
my girlfriend out there, I'd been searching all over for her and asking people to help me search
Yeah,
for
that's
her.
what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. They may consider that being said, oh well, you're saying he's guilty before he's innocent. I don't give a shit. If you're gone that long, and then people have seen you arguing,
Yep. And,
And
you
then
got
you
cam
suddenly-
footage.
then you suddenly fucking come home without that person, and immediately get a lawyer and refuse to talk to the cops.
Yep.
Guess what?
You're suspicious, dude. Way suspicious.
So
And now he's out there on the run.
yeah,
Nobody knows where
the
he's
fuck
at. Last time they got any kind of
Planes?
information, it was the
No.
Glades in Florida.
Yeah.
Why would he choose to go to Florida? Why not
They're
Mexico,
probably-
where everybody is coming in? They wouldn't see him going in because
Yeah.
everybody is coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not very bright, for one. Two, he's already gone off on quite a few people on the trips up to Wisconsin and on this little episode he's going on now in Florida. And how come he hasn't been caught yet? Is he sticking to the woods? I mean, if you stick to the Glades, dude, by all means, go
You
for
have
it.
to
There's a lot of
find-
alligators out there. I hope they get your ass.
That, you
Did
know,
you ask? Did you ask?
if
I
he
had
did
been
go to the
trained
place, maybe that is one reason why they
Right.
found him. Maybe he was lunch.
And his parents are just as guilty as
Oh.
he is
No,
for
Yeah,
not
it's back
saying
home.
anything.
He was back home
On the first.
a week or two
He was back home on the
before they
first.
finally decided
No,
to
he
talk
was
to the
like,
cops.
Well, not only that, his sister never even saw him. So who's just nobody saw him but the parents. So who's to say he even really came back? Maybe he came back, dropped off that van type thing they were driving, and took off.
Yeah.
And the parents took that car out there to make it seem like it was
Could be.
him. I mean, conspiracy theories. But
Could be.
at the same time, it's like, why would you help him? I don't care if he's your son. If he killed that girl,
You let my kid come home and tell me, Mom, I need your help. I just killed somebody.
I'd be like, 911.
All right.
My son just did something bad. I'm gonna beat him first,
Okay, we're still.
Then
and
you
then
can
you
have
come
him.
and have him.
right? Because I didn't
Well,
raise no killer. I'm sorry. It's you know what I think it
Yeah.
is. It was that
Yeah,
entitlement
the trail eggs are good.
mindset
Yeah.
that these kids are having nowadays.
We each had one.
And that's it. I'm entitled to this, and I'm entitled to that. And if you don't give me this, guess what? You're a bitch, and you're nothing worth. You know,
You
blah
know
blah
what?
blah
You
blah
know
blah.
what? After I knock your teeth down your throat, I'll show you what a bitch I am,
Right?
and you can get your ass out of my house and go find your own place.
I don't.
Well,
See how fucking entitled you think you are then.
All right.
so, how many serial killers do you think we have in the world now?
Oh, gee.
My question is, how many do we not know about it?
Yeah.
How would we not? The only way we would not is if they were in a secluded, remote place. Because there's so many cameras everywhere nowadays.
Well, I mean, my question is, how many have we not
Found.
found?
That we should have been able to find. Like that
Yeah.
one that I just reported on the truck driver killer.
Yeah.
That he reported the two guys breaking into his house and he shot, and they found out that his DNA was on DNA of two of the people
Yeah.
he killed back in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are cameras everywhere, but, you know,
Well, look how fast that one Uber
Yeah, but that,
driver.
with the truck driver scenario, you know, I
Yeah.
I
mean,
remember the Sonic. Is anybody lying?
Going to Sonic for a drink.
uh,
Trailing me.
that works.
Trail line.
Yeah.
You know, being a trucker,
What size is it?
they're
Whatever size you want to get me.
in and out of town. Super helpful, huh? But they're in and out of all these different towns.
Well, it depends. If you want to go cheap, you can get me the smallest one. If you want to go large,
They're
get me the
half
biggest one.
price.
Oh, they're half price?
Oh, because that word on the app.
Give me the reporting for them.
So, you know, they're constantly in and out of towns.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah, but they're
Nowadays-
also constantly around places that's got cameras.
but nowadays, there's also a lot of homeless people. There are more and more homeless people nowadays,
That they can't afford. They can't afford
especially with
the
all the shit that's going on.
right?
They can't afford it.
Yeah.
So, you know, they slip into town, they see a homeless person sitting out, and I'm not.
And
gonna,
how many of them are
I mean,
gone
I'm not
missing?
going to specify location, but here
Oh, no.
there is a homeless camp out behind one of our restaurants.
Wow, really?
Across
Close
the-
to where we work.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, and I have seen them. A couple of them. One of them.
So it's like we got a Walking Dead community in here.
One of them would actually be out walking around and picking up cigarette butts. Security had to run them off. So like that, and where they're at, there aren't any cameras.
We don't have
Because
cameras
they're-
out there?
Not we
Oh,
do,
there.
but where their camp is, there's no cameras back there.
Wow.
So you know, a trucker could pull in there.
Have his party.
Sayonara, motherfucker. You know, I mean,
Well,
and
look at all the
nobody
people
would
that are
know the
homeless in LA, in California. I mean, how many have actually gone missing? And what irks me the most, I'm gonna go off on here in just a minute. What irks me the most is that these fucking people in charge aren't doing a damn thing about it. Not a damn thing. They're just letting them waller and letting it get worse and worse and
As
worse.
far as the
And
homeless, yeah.
people that are in charge should be ashamed of themselves for not doing anything about it. Period.
Yeah.
Because guarantee you a lot of those are going on hard times because of what's happening with our economy and what's happening during COVID. And those people should be taken care of because either A, they're working, but because minimum wage is so, because the minimum wage economy thing is so freaking off kilter, they can't freaking afford it by themselves. Or B, they can't work and they have to get disabled or get disablement, disability, but disability is so damn low you can't afford it by yourself. So I mean, you gotta think if you raise.
Depends on how they work, because like I could go on disability and draw 16 months.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm drawing disability and I don't even make half that.
To where if I went on disability, I would do good to draw 1,000 a month.
I don't even draw 1,000 a month
And I've worked
on disability.
35 years of my life.
Yep. You can't afford it.
So,
You cannot. In the economy, the way it is today, one person cannot afford to live in a house, pay the utilities, have a car, and do all that on their own. You just can't.
and depending on how many people are living in your house,
Yep.
sometimes two can't cut it. So
Nope.
I mean, you know,
No.
it takes everybody in the house working. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Okay, honey.
Thank you.
This is what, remember you were asking what the film is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what the
The
stuff
little
in there
fatty,
is,
the
too.
fatty stuff. Yeah.
That's the film we have on our roof of our house.
But it's just amazing how all these people are falling apart and nobody really wants to do anything to help them. What gets me the most is our military. Our military is getting kicked out of the service because they don't want to take a drug they're not sure about. You know why I don't blame them? Because back in 99, guess what? I had to take the damn same thing. I had to take an experimental drug because it was either take that or get kicked out on dishonorable discharge.
We're gonna have conversations out there when I get back.
Because in 98, the anthrax shot was given to every soldier. And we were even told while we were in line, this might cause deformities in your kids. We're not sure yet. What do you mean you're not sure yet? And you're pumping that in my arm? Well, I don't want it. Well, you got to have it. Either you take it or you get out on dishonorable discharge. Well, do you want me healthy going to war or do you want me not healthy going to war? Because I don't know what this thing is going to do to me. But it caused a deformity in my oldest child. He has an incaved chest and nobody on my side of the family or anybody on his dad's side of the family has that problem. So the only thing I can think of is that that's why he got it. Not only that, it has caused cancer in a lot of our soldiers from back then. It's caused memory fog or forgetfulness. Guess who has that every once in a while? It causes a lot of things, and there's a group called Toxic Soldiers out there that are trying to get senators in on it because it's not right to force. I mean, you're going to sit there and force your soldiers, but not force your government employees. I mean, sorry, the government employee is not going overseas with a gun to protect my ass. I would rather our soldiers be healthy and make the choice to choose whether or not they want something in their body. But
I think everybody has the right.
everybody has a right to choose what goes in and out of their body. And if they don't want a drug they're not sure of, why are you forcing them? I just don't understand. I don't understand the concept of it. I don't.
Right.
And on Wednesday, Wednesday, on the interview with Johnny Hauser, I was speaking about the shot in COVID, about how you know, pretty much all this stuff that's going on. And somebody in the chat room came at me and said, it really pisses me off that people think that COVID is nothing and that, and mind you, I never said COVID was nothing. I said I understand that it kills. I've seen it kill. I know people that died from it. My mom had it. However, the flu did the same thing. Not saying it's the same, but the flu did the same thing. It killed lots and lots of people every year, except for last year. The flu is now non-existent. It's got a different name. But my point was, why are you masking people up? The masks that people are wearing do not work. It's been proven they don't work. There's scientific evidence that they don't work. And just because it doesn't fit your narrative doesn't mean they don't work. Or they work. Wait, which way did I supposed to go? Being in the chemical corps, masks were kind of our thing. So is mop gear. So is making sure everything was tight and covered and everything so we don't die out in the field. That mask, that little surgical mask that doctors wear for maybe, what, an hour, 2 hours during surgery, 3 hours sometimes at the most, it doesn't prevent you from getting it because the holes in the mask are bigger than the tiny virus that's out in aerosol world. I had said something about that. And I had said something about the COVID and how it's your choice to make that decision because we as Americans have the freedom to be able to make that choice, to be able to choose whether or not we want to put something in our body. I never get the flu shot. If I don't get the flu shot, why am I going to get the COVID shot? Have I had flu before? Yeah. 9 times out of 10, the only time I really got the flu is when I got the shot. And that was in the service until I was tricked to get the shot when I was pregnant with my daughter. And I was sick for 4 months afterwards. 3 months. 3 months afterwards. But my point is, you should be able to make that choice. You should be able to make the choice of whether or not you want it. And because of the fear being spread around the country and around the world, people want to bully other people to get a shot just so they feel safe and secure. However, those that are getting the vaccine are now getting hospitalized with COVID and are dying from COVID. Those that are masks are still getting COVID. Everything that is put on the FDA and CDC is there for a reason. It's for people to research and read. And a lot of the stuff that I'm spouting, I've gotten off of the CDC and the FDA. Such as, did you know, Pfizer is not FDA approved.
Really?
No, it's the biotin, the bio one that's approved. Pfizer is approved for medical emergency only, but not approved vaccine. The booster isn't even approved yet. That's on the FDA. Don't believe me? Go look. Go look for yourself. Research it. Go. The guy that came out with mRNA or MNR, what is it? Myrna, the Myrna shot. The guy that invented that even tells us if you've already had COVID or if you already had the Delta variant, don't get the shot. You don't need it. Your natural immune system is way better than the shot is. Politico. Politico is another news source out there. It's a left-leaning news source. Russell Brand, who is a liberal, has even been reporting on this. The COVID shot that was given back in December, January, and February is now wearing off. It's not lasting as long as they said it would. So people that are getting sick after being vaccinated, sometimes it could be because it's worn off. There are others that it shows that it has lasted a long damn time. It's just something that you need to research for yourself because the fear mongering that the damn media, and yes, I'm calling it the damn media because media sucks. They don't spread anything but fucking bullshit anymore. All of them. Left, right, name it. because they're not for the people anymore. They're for their pocketbook. Government is not for the people anymore. It's for their pocketbook. I wouldn't trust Fauci as far as I could throw him, which I probably throw him pretty far considering how small he is.
You little skinny fucker, I'm telling you.
But
Bench presses us.
I mean, there's even records that are out there. You just got to research it, that are showing all this stuff that was said by right-leaning people to be coming to pass, and it's kind of scary to know how much people are lying, and they're doing it so much that us as the people can't even trust them.
I don't trust the government any farther than throw it.
I stopped trusting
Any
the
of
government the minute they forced me to take that anthrax shot. Because it's like, if you're forcing me to take this, what the hell did you do to our people back in the day? Is that why they got Agent Orange? Is that why people are dying of cancer? I mean, what are you putting in these people? They're volunteering to protect our asses and go overseas, and you're playing with experimental drugs? I mean, did you know that 800,000 soldiers are being sent home? Well, that was the last number that I found, was 800,000 soldiers declined to get the shot and are being dishonorably discharged. So their life is pretty much ruined, because what job source is going to hire a dishonorably discharged person? Unless it's a job that actually researches it and finds out why, and they're like, oh, well, come on, work for me. I mean, that's one of the reasons I didn't refuse to get it. That's why I got the anthrax shot, because I didn't want to be dishonorably discharged. I knew if I was going to. But that anthrax shot that we took back in 98 or 99, 11,000 soldiers died from that experimental shot. Possibly more. I don't know. I got to look more into it, because back then, you don't know. Maybe more people have died. If you want to count up the total amount that's died since then with cancer and all that other stuff, I couldn't tell you. But it's some scary shit. And people have got to be for the people. Hell, if you got an English dude like Russell Brand telling you, hey, dude, I just want my freedom, and I want you to have your freedom, why are we fighting each other?
Exactly.
Why are we
Just
fighting each
agree
other?
to disagree and fucking go on.
Right?
You know, I don't give a shit. Okay, this is gonna sound mean, and I don't mean it the way that it's gonna sound, but it's just how I feel. I don't give a shit if you get the shot or not.
Nope.
That's on you.
Yep.
I don't give a shit who you voted for.
Nope.
That's on you.
Yep.
Plain and simple. Everybody just needs to quit being dicks to each other.
Yep.
Let bygones. What the hell?
What?
Let bygones be bygones.
Wow. When did that happen?
And agree to disagree and fucking move on.
Move on.
You know?
Because the further they divide us, the easier it's going to be for them to take control.
Well, not just
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Anybody.
But they
I
get
mean,
us
hell,
fucking-
you could have China come to our border
they
tomorrow,
get us
and right
fucking
now,
divided
they,
enough. Anybody could.
well, you know, I say that right now they could take over, but I mean, we still have our guns, so
Well, yeah,
it'll be kind of hard.
yeah. But I'm just saying, you know. Which, I mean, I'm not too worried about them taking our guns.
Well, I think they'd have to fight everybody if they wanted to take guns. I'm sorry. Everybody be like, fuck you. But yeah, it's crazy. But off a serial killer. What is
Oh, no.
what?
We ain't done that conversation yet.
He's like, we ain't done. Nope.
Cherry, lemon,
Cherry lemon.
cherry, lemon,
Take love.
strawberry,
Thank
lemon.
you. Why do you have 3 chopsticks? Were you 3 people?
No, this is the one
Oh.
that we were stirring the
The
stuff
other one's
with.
over here.
I kind of turned it
And then
off. If you
these
want it
are-
back
Oh,
on.
that's fine. You're good.
These are actually mine,
Okay.
but I gotta let everything kind of
I got glass noodles in here.
My belly
I got a
got.
bunch of chicken in there.
Food.
Yeah, I'm eating some chicken and pot
Yeah,
stickers.
I'm gonna eat some chicken here in a minute, but I gotta let it all settle first.
I'm like, this is a lot.
Well, I've been talking a lot, so.
Well, and my eating habits today have not been the greatest, so
Oh, I was full like an hour or 2 hours ago, but
and so I got full really quick, and so now I'm just
of course
kinda
we're
going-
also eating a lot of light stuff too. So
yeah. But
Okay, so what is your understanding of exactly what's in the middle or in the?
now I was talking about
No, I just want to know what's your understanding of what's in the vaccine.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what's in the vaccine, and I
Okay.
don't care.
Right.
I don't
but,
want
but,
it.
but see, you sit here and you go into your tangents about the vaccine, and you've done it twice now,
Mhm.
as far as on Fridays go.
I'm
But
not
you,
being weird, I
you
was trying to
don't
figure out what
understand because you're stuck on the anthrax and what it did. It's not even in comparison.
Okay, now why do you think it's not in comparison?
Because this is not a typical vaccine. It is not full of disturbances. It's not full of whatever they put in, like even the flu vaccine. You know what this is put into?
What?
Saline. Do you know what else is in it?
What?
Lipids.
Okay, and there's gene stuff in it too, right?
Okay, I'm getting to that. But you know what lipids are?
No, not really, because
Okay.
I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
I don't know.
Butter,
Ew.
essentially. They're little butter balls floating around in saline. Now, the mRNA, do you understand how that part of it is?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me.
My part of mouthful.
Okay, so
really
the,
hot.
the lipid,
no more of this stuff for her. She's starting to speak the language.
the lipid that this is
It's like
encased in,
not spicy, hot.
the butter,
Mm-hmm.
essentially, because that's literally all it is, attaches to a cell in our body. The mRNA that's in strength, and do you know what the spike protein is?
You told me what the spike protein
Okay,
is.
so there's the spike protein, the actual thing that it is, and that everybody's having a fucking fit over, is not what everybody thinks it is. Okay, so you know all those little things that come out of the coronavirus?
Yeah, and I'm not having to fit over that, by the way. I'll tell you what I'm having to fit over.
No. I'm just saying they're having a fit over the spike protein.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't want the spike protein. No.
Colds have spike proteins.
Okay, so the spike protein that's in it. Okay, well, first let's go back.
Okay, while you're
Okay.
going back, I gotta go pee.
Yeah, we've already had this discussion.
Yep.
So the lipid, once it attaches to the cell, it puts.
I'm better than you think I am.
Oh, I forget there's a table there now. It releases the mRNA into the cell,
Mhm.
the cytoplasm of the cell, the nucleus. Has nothing to do with our DNA, any part of it. It literally, all it does is just like a
Now, is it the Myrna or is it the Pfizer or the BioNTech or whatever those
any of
are?
the mRNA, any of it. So once it's in there, doesn't go to the nucleus because mRNA isn't a part. It doesn't access the nucleus. It literally only thing it does is our cell picks up, says, "Hey, there's an RNA here that we need to look at. This is a message." So we look at the RNA. The cells do the same thing for colds. It's
Yeah.
exactly the same thing that a cold does. Cold invades the cell. The cell from the cold, or the virus from the cold, injects RNA or mRNA into the thing or into the cell. It replicates its whole self again. Okay, so the only thing that is in the vaccine, the spike protein, is that little nub that sticks up out of the coronavirus. That is the only thing it creates. And the reason it only creates that is because that's all the body needs to know to fight the virus. So they see that spike from it. Literally, it's just a bunch of little nubs that are being created from our cell that say this is an intruder. It's not supposed to be here. The body replicates it, and it starts to create its antibodies for it. That is the only thing it does. It doesn't access. There's no way for it to access anything else.
Okay, now where's the paperwork that says it doesn't access anything else? Where's the testing?
That doesn't have to be testing because mRNA does not access anything within the cell nucleus.
Why would you not test it?
mRNA does it. You don't.
But it's not just the mRNA that's in it.
No, that's all that is in it. That's what I keep telling people. There is lipids, which is butter, and then you have a bunch of RNA that's put into this that tells the cell to replicate the little nodule. The mRNA does not access our cell nucleus. If it was accessing our cell nucleus, the reason I say this is because mRNA is not designed, regardless of what it is, to access the cell nucleus. If it was accessing the cell nucleus, that's DNA, not mRNA. mRNA is just a messenger.
Right.
So what it's doing is it's causing the cell to recreate this. So now, say for instance, if you had DNA come in and it just doesn't mRNA and whatever, it can access, but this is not anything to do with DNA.
We know most vaccines have the dead particle of what the object was that they were supposed to be replicating in it, like the
Right.
flu, smallpox,
This
measles.
is not even.
So this is not even considered a vaccine
No.
per se.
No, it's not necessary. It's called a vaccine because it increases your antibodies towards and helps your body fight.
But see, that's the bad thing in some aspect, because when you got healthy people, all right, I'm just going to throw myself out there because I've had the Delta variant and I've had COVID. I've had both. I'm still here. I have bad respiratory issues. And everybody knows I'm medically retired due to asthma for the military. I'm still here. My breathing is still the same. I had a bad cold, a bad sinus infection. Now, granted, some people don't have the same outcome. So if
Right,
some people
and-
don't have the same outcome, why is that? What is it targeting?
It's the
Obese.
first of all,
old.
You were lucky. That's you're just a lucky person that didn't get.
There are over 2 million people that have had COVID and only 600,000 that have died of it.
Okay, so 200 million.
In 2 years almost. In 2 years. More people have died from cancer. And more people have died of abortions. More people have died of obesity.
In 1 year.
In the 2 years we have been going through COVID.
Okay. See, this is where people, the numbers that are being thrown out there when they're looking at it are, it's 2%. It's a 2% death rate. And I know people say, oh, well, no, it's point blah, 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 blah. No, it's
No.
not. It's not point whatever. 2%, that's a large number.
That's what the flu was when
We've
the flu
now
was around.
surpassed the amount of deaths that the Spanish flu was, or whatever the other flu was.
And I got to come back on that one too. When you're done.
But the amount of death, it's irregardless of what is happening as far as how many people dying or whatever. It's just like, just because you didn't die doesn't mean that you didn't know that you didn't have it and you went out somewhere and you gave it to somebody else that's died.
But see, that's the thing. I have human decency and respect. I'm not going to go out in public.
No, I'm right, and I understand that, but a lot of people don't.
No, they don't.
But the thing is, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you knew that you had it.
Oh, I kind of figured I have it.
Right, but there's also that incubation period that you don't have the symptoms, you don't have anything that goes along with it, but you can still pass it on.
But you also have those that don't have symptoms.
Right, you have asymptomatic people. That's the reason people need to get tested whenever they come in contact with a lot of people and so forth. Like I still get COVID. In fact, I just went and got my COVID test today, even though I'm vaccinated. One, because my mother can't get vaccinated. Much as I hate her, I don't want to deal with that on top of everything.
Right.
So it's a. I don't do things recklessly, and for me to go and take a vaccine that is experimental.
Now, look, I know you don't do things recklessly, and I have mad respect for you. You know that. You know that without a doubt. The thing I'm trying to point out are the people that are out there that are living in total, complete fear that would rather shoot you in the head because you don't have the vaccine than actually have a discussion with you on why you don't have it.
But the thing is,
They're living in
But the
fear.
thing is, it goes both ways.
Oh, yeah, it can go
Because
both ways.
people that are vaccinated, the ones that aren't vaccinated, that's just like there's just this huge thing going
It's
on.
this
They
division.
hate each other. And it's not that I mean, as far as vaccination, people should get it. I mean, just for simple respect of the next person down the line.
But that's another thing. Why should I have to worry about your health when I should just worry about mine and my kids? I mean, that's a lot of things
So,
that's
but-
going
but
out there. A
why-
lot of assholes
But
out
my
there that are
question
doing that.
is why should I care about, I don't know, going out with a gun and just randomly shooting people?
Oh, that's not the same, though.
No, it
Dustin.
is. It really
No,
is.
it's not.
Okay.
Guns kill more people than COVID
But
does.
the thing is you're basically saying, go out, doesn't matter. You give them a gun, just randomly kill people.
That is not the same thing. I'm sorry, it's not.
Okay, so
Maybe not to a certain degree, but
it essentially
At the
is
same
because you may
time,
kill two
with
or
the
three
Delta,
people.
I've had the Delta. We know many
Okay,
people
and
that
that
have
was
the
my
Delta.
question because you said they told you
know.
immediately as you got your test
No, they didn't tell me immediately.
but the
because
thing,
they have to actually go
you gotta
and do.
look at where I'm coming from. I've got a kid in ICU.
I know.
Okay.
But look at who it's targeting. Look
That-
at what it's targeting. It's targeting old people and obese people.
Did you not see the people
Okay.
that died
There
that
are
was a bodybuilder?
few,
But I've got
yeah,
two.
a few that are body, but they had underlying conditions. That's another thing that's not being said out there.
But it's-
People, more people, and it's come out to fruition to where news agencies and everywhere else are starting to say this. The people that have been claimed to have died of COVID have died from underlying issues like a heart attack.
But how many
Or-
people don't have underlying issues? That's my thing here. Because we are
Majority of people have.
such a
We're not a healthy society.
at all.
Period.
No, there's
but
not one person that
I-
doesn't have an underlying condition.
What I'm getting at, and like I said, I stand by what I said earlier.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's everybody's choice, okay? How I feel is my opinion
Yep.
as to whether I think you should or should not get it.
Yep. And
That's
I totally
my
respect
opinion.
y'all's opinion.
But to be just perfectly honest, like I said a while ago, I don't give a shit if you get it or you don't. That's your choice. It's on you. You pay the consequences one way or the other.
Yeah.
So whatever.
And if you're sick, have fucking
But
respect and
I
stay
have
home.
2 kids that are pretty close to the same age. There's like a year or 2 difference. One had the vaccine, one did not. One that did not is sitting in ICU
But
on
how do you know that
dialysis.
one that has it is not going to get it?
She had the vaccine. She got Delta,
1%
but it
of-
was not near as bad on her
But
as
they
it was on
also
him.
say-
And he's chunky too.
They also say that those that are going in the hospital, how many people have you heard of die in their houses with COVID? How
I
many?
got an aunt.
in their
Okay,
houses.
She's not my aunt.
The-
She's John's aunt
In fact, let's see.
that got put into ICU on a ventilator
grandmother's-
yesterday.
I see you on a ventilator in the
Yesterday.
hospital. What are they giving them? Are they giving them
You
the
know
Brim brand or
why?
the Brim whatever it
You know
is
why
they're giving
she
them?
went to ICU?
Why?
Because her oxygen levels got down to 60.
Then give me a fucking oxygen tank or give me the breathalyzer, the breath thing. I'll take it home and I'll do it myself.
But I'm just saying.
I don't want to be in a hospital with this shit because the hospitals are killing people.
I'm not disagreeing, but I'm just saying.
Because they say when you have pneumonia and stuff, don't lay on your back, don't lay on your
No,
side,
don't
walk
lay down.
around,
Get up, move.
exercise.
Yeah.
And what are they doing to these people? They're putting them in a bed and not letting them do anything.
I mean, look
And
at
that's
Crystal,
irking me.
but-
I
But they
know.
obviously can't let them just roam around the hospital.
No, they can let them get up out of their bed and walk around their room and do
Well,
other
they can
things.
get up and
If
walk
they
around their
can,
room.
though.
Yeah,
That's the
if they
problem.
can.
Crystal
they
couldn't
can.
get out of her bed
There-
because her oxygen levels would go down so low that she couldn't breathe.
There's a lot of people that could have, like
Oh,
my
excuse
cousin,
me.
my cousin Sandy, for instance. She got pneumonia while she was on COVID. Her husband went to the hospital and they wanted to admit him and he refused. Within a week or two, they were fine. Because she got the breath thingy
Excuse me.
to take home
It's all coming
and
back to
all
bite
that.
me.
And
It's all coming back
they
to
made
bite
sure
me.
it's all coming back to me now. No, but they got what they could get and they went home. They did not want to be admitted to the hospitals. And they're fine. A lot of people that go into these hospitals, and thank God Crystal's okay because Bartlesville's known to kill so many people here.
Right.
Oh, I said our fucking.
No.
But anyway, this is gonna have to come down the minute we get off here. But I'm
Edit.
so thankful that she's okay. But look at the people that went in that weren't. How many people from our job went in and didn't come out?
Mhm.
I mean, because a lot of these doctors are saying that they're giving them the wrong thing while they're in there. And that thing that they're giving them is causing more fluid to build up in their lungs. And it's like, oh my gosh, why don't they know all this yet? Because they're still going through trials. They're still getting the information in. They're still pulling it. When I was on it and they called me, my husband hadn't even gone in to get a COVID test. He took an at-home test. And they were still asking questions. Well, what kind of symptoms did you have? What did you do? What was this? And what have you been taking? And da 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 da. When I've had the flu, I've never had anybody call me and ask me what I was taking or what I was doing. Because the simple fact that they don't have, and even on the CDC page and the FDA's page will still sit there and tell you we don't have enough information to tell you yet.
Well, because they don't. And I'm not saying that they do have enough information, but how are they supposed to get the information?
And I'm
Without
fine. I
asking
answer their questions. And I'm fine with answering questions. It's the mandates and the forcing and the bullying and the name calling that they're giving the people that don't want to take it yet. They want to sit there and they want to watch
But
the
see,
things and they want to research it.
The thing is, though, we're increasing again. Our numbers, and we have a new variant.
And don't you find that
There's
funny?
two new variants.
We are the most vaccinated
There's
country in the
new.
world, and we're also the highest in COVID.
Because we're not going into lockdown and taking precautions like every other country is supposed to.
India never went into a lockdown.
India went into lockdown. All of the nations.
India went without a lockdown for a long ass time. And their numbers are down now.
Well,
Switzerland.
I'm sorry, but the problem is the people that just everybody. Let's say, for instance, they're not vaccinated, and they're just going out without a mask. And I know you want to argue the fact of the mask, but
If you're that scared of it, you should get an F95 mask or an N95 mask.
so basically, what you are saying, I mean, other than if I'm that scared of it, like the other girl that was at the hospital or at the Quick Trip the other day, I'm vaccinated.
Yeah.
She was within 6 feet of me and refused to move. I was going to knock her teeth out if she didn't. Because I don't want people that I don't know if they are vaccinated or not that could potentially give it to me, that it can potentially give it to other people. My nephew and his mom, she's got RS. She can't take the vaccinations. If she gets it, her doctor has told her 100% she is dead.
So did she ever get the flu when the flu was out and around?
What is the flu? This is not.
Because it's similar like it, Dustin. People are living in fear and hating other people.
Because we are dying at a huge amount when it comes.
We die at a huge amount every year.
Right. Well, now you're adding 600,000 a year to it.
697,000 plus die of cancer. Why don't they have something for cancer yet?
I can tell you.
2 little girls died last year of cancer. So why don't they have something for that yet? Our friend Kelly is still suffering with cancer.
Why don't they have something for HIV? I mean.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they already do over in Switzerland somewhere.
No. The thing is, though, if there was actually a cure out there, Switzerland or one of those nations, the Netherlands, they would be using it.
The thing is, I think they
Cancer-
have cures for all this stuff. They just refuse to use it because
Yes
it's
and
a
no,
money
because
grubber.
regardless of if they had the cures for it, they will know about it and they will get it and they will use it because that's the kind of a country they are.
Who was it that had HIV or had AIDS and it went backwards? Well, I know you did, and it went backwards.
But I'm
'cause-
still labeled as AIDS. It does the yes, they consider it HIV because I have a CD4 cell count above 200. We'll just take this for a fact. 10 years ago, if this had been here, I would have been dead. Because I can guarantee you, I had literally an undetectable immune system. I had none.
Well, anybody with an undetectable immune system would die from the flu. They could die of a simple cold.
That's not completely accurate. Because the
Well, I
body.
have a guy that had lymphoma that I know, who has a horrible immune system now because of all the radiation and stuff he had to
The
go through.
flu, yes. A cold.
If
not
he
so
were to
much.
get a cold, he would be in serious condition right now because his immune system is null.
Right. I mean, and the same thing is like if my mother, she can't go and take the vaccine because she potentially has cancer, and the reason she can't do that is because she doesn't want to damage her immune system anymore, which it's not really damaging any immune system.
They just don't want to add anything.
They
to
don't
it.
right. They don't want to add any more
Right.
stress to the immune system because that's enacting the immune
Yeah.
system. And the problem is there's not enough known about it, but then again, there's not enough people that understand it and the way that it functions and what happens. Because I mean, seriously, all these nurses that committed suicide because they couldn't help these people. It's not just because they were doing
Oh, I'm
something
not saying
wrong.
it's a bad thing.
Well,
I mean,
I'm just
a
saying
good thing,
it's not because they were doing something wrong.
right?
They were doing what they could, but there's so many people coming in there that they can't. We're at a point that Tulsa, if you have to come into the emergency room and you have something, let's say for instance MRSA, you don't get into the hospital. They send you home.
Well, did you know on the 16th of September, more people died of suicide in the military than people died of COVID?
People are comparing apples and oranges.
And the thing is, when they do that, it's putting fear. That's my point. It's putting fear and hatred in people to the point they want to beat somebody in the throat because they're close to them.
It's not that I'm scared of that person.
You're scared of the virus. I know, honey.
I'm not even scared of the virus at this point.
Well, you should be because your immune system
But
gone
the
up enough
thing-
now.
The
No, I
thing
mean, I
is-
can see his point. He's not scared of it, just like I'm not.
But see, I also
But if I'm in a
don't wanna-
store and there's somebody standing inside of my 6-foot bubble, and I ask them politely to move,
Well, if they
and
politely
don't,
move, yeah, that's a
and
different
they
story.
don't, then yeah, I'm gonna throat punch that person.
That's a different
But the-
story.
and
That's just
the thing
rude.
is- The thing
Yeah.
is I don't want to have the conscience or something put on my conscience to where, let's say that person did have COVID and I ended up getting it. Maybe I don't give it to my mom, but I give it to somebody else's grandparent, or I give it to somebody else's brother, or somebody else I don't even know, and I just killed them.
Okay, put it like this. You're not going to know everything that you do in this world. That's how it goes. That's just the way it is. You're not going to know everything. You can't read minds. Well, maybe you can do a lot of things, okay? But not everybody is you. But on the aspect, hang on, my oldest son has been around so many people with COVID. So many. Never got it. He's come home with it. Never gave it to us. Never gave it to my parents. And my parents, my mom has bad upper respiratory problems. My dad is diabetic and got heart problems and all kinds of stuff. He never got it. When I had the Delta variant, I was going to say Delta variant, he was around me the whole time. My mom was around me the whole time. My dad's vaccinated. My mom's not. My mom never got it. My dad never got it. My youngest son never got it. My youngest son has yet to have the variant. He had
Well,
COVID.
and this is another thing. We don't know people that are naturally immune to it.
Well, you know that Jewish lady, what's her name? That's the head of the Not who. She's got the short brown hair. Anyway, she's even said to everybody, if you've had it naturally, your natural immune system is going to be way better than the shot. A lot of doctors are coming out with that because your natural immune system is going to last longer
No,
than this
Okay.
shot
it's not.
But-
because
it's not
this
that.
shot is wearing off. This
But
shot
let
is wearing
me-
off on a lot of people.
The shot wears off in anywhere from 6
Okay,
to 8
but
months.
let me interject with this. If you know that, and I'm not saying that I mean, there's no way to tell if
Right.
they're going to get it or not, okay? But if you know that this family member has these problems and this family member has these problems, or your kid has this issue, or whatever the case, are you willing to take a chance?
I'm not going to go to their house voluntarily.
No, I'm
They
saying
can come to mine if
I'm
they
saying
want
they
to,
live
but
with you. Are you taking, like Ari? Okay,
she's had it.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like with Ari, before you all had it, and they came out with a vaccine, would you be willing to chance the fact that you got it at work and brought it home to her, and there would be a possibility
Over a
that it
vaccine
could
that's
kill
never been
her?
tested on people? No. I would not put it on my child, especially since now they're finding out more problems are happening to children that take this vaccine.
No, I'm not saying to get her the vaccine. I'm
Oh.
saying you.
Well,
if they
the
said-
vaccine, the children thing, that's a whole
Whole
it's,
other ball
it's a
game.
ball
Yeah.
game because children's immune systems are completely
are
different.
so different.
They're different.
And they develop so differently.
Right. Well, and that's the reason that it's causing inflammation around the heart and causing the myocarditis and the pericarditis and those things that can be fixed. I mean, if they get that, literally, they just take an antibiotic.
Yeah, if they don't kill over first.
Well, it's not deadly though.
It is deadly. There's been plenty of teenagers that have died of heart attacks because of this.
Well, but they're not, and I can tell you why. Because they're like, oh, well, I got chest pain, but they don't know that it's something that's wrong.
I have chest pain on a daily basis.
Right. So,
Well, that could also be heartburn. I get
No,
chest
but
pain
the
from
thing
heartburn.
is,
No.
when these kids
Chest pain.
Oh,
are
you-
not
yeah.
being told, hey,
But
look,
I
you need
also
to pay
know that
attention.
I
If you
have
feel
issues.
this, let us know.
Mhm.
But how many of them are really doing it? Like, they're just going about their day like, oh, I probably got heartburn or something
See, that's
else.
another thing. We don't know. We can't assume. We can't assume that these kids are just killing over because they don't know what's going on. There's so much research and everything at the touch of a finger online that all people have to do is search it. And it takes, what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to find a whole bunch of different articles on different pages. And you got to make sure they're legit
I can
pages.
guarantee you, if I look online, I'm going to find more stuff about people complaining about having to take the virus or the vaccine because they don't want it or this or that.
Because that's what they
Hey, let me
want you
finish.
to see.
I'm going to find more information and negative things on the internet than I'm going to find the positives. And that's because that is what they want you to see.
That's not what I'm finding. When I look up shit, I see nothing but not how many people have survived COVID, but how many people are dying of COVID every day, what they're dying of, how many they're dying of. All I see is fear. Fear, 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 fear. Every time I look up something online. I have a news app on my phone that does nothing but send me, oh, this person died of COVID, this person died of COVID, this person died of COVID, this person died of COVID.
Do you
How
know
many have
why-
survived?
Okay, here's my question to that, the fear factor. Do you know if we did not have fear as a human, we would not be here still?
I can understand fear. I can. But pushing it as a narrative reminds me, and my dad, mind you, so much of the Nazi regime way back in the 40s that it's not even funny. My dad has even looked at me in the face and said, I fear this is going to be just like it was then.
Okay, so let's just clear COVID off of that. Let's say our super spreader that they decided to go out and do rallies with was Ebola.
They have a cure for that now.
Okay, no.
A
It's a deadly cure. Yes.
deadly cure.
It
The
is
one
a
that was in
deadly-
Texas died?
There more people die than get cured of it when it comes to Ebola. It was a test. It was a
Trial run.
trial. It wasn't, it was just like COVID as far as what they were giving them to fix it. The amount of people that died, even while getting the prescriptions they needed for it, or the treatment per se, more people were dying when they were saying Ebola is
So that's why it went under the map and no, it's not talked about anymore.
right. I mean, the thing is, yes, it can be treated, but chances of you being completely treated from it without dying are you're 50-50, literally. I mean, some people may be okay with it, some people may not. But the problem is in Ebola is not the same as coronavirus. I understand that. But it's still killing people. And it may not be because it's just the coronavirus. Because and I can tell you right now, and everybody's like, oh well, this is a manufactured.
Oh, sorry, Dolan. How are you? Oh. Hello, I'm a ghost. Ask me anything. I died of COVID. I just got vaccinated and I felt great, but I blacked out. And when I woke up, I was a Haitian lost in Mexico.
But it would. There's
Comedy is great. Love it.
there's just I don't know. There's more people that are
Dragonfly.
listening to just random bullshit.
Well, the thing is,
than
people
they
aren't
are-
listening to the bullshit. They're listening to the media lying to them. They're listening to their government
They're
lying
listening
to
to
them.
what they want to listen to.
Not
It doesn't-
necessarily.
It does not matter what is on the screen. You can have them look at this and say this is a positive thing. They can look at this and say it's a
Oh,
negative thing.
yeah.
And I can tell you right now, they're going to go with the negative thing because, well, that's a possibility that this is what's going to happen.
Well, my biggest problem with this is there's a lot of, and I'm going to call them Fauci cultists because they're believing everything Fauci tells them. Everything Fauci tells them. And it's like, oh my gosh, research it for yourself because there are doctors that have been in this field for 30 something years, virologists, thank you, that are in this for 30 something years that'll point blank tell you the mask you're wearing does not work unless you have a filtered mask. There are also doctors out there that have been in this for years saying this mRNA that's going out, eventually it's going to kill you. Because the mRNA has not been tested on humans for a certain length of time yet to determine whether or not it's going to be completely safe. And these are doctors that have been in this and
They
researched
don't
this
have
stuff for
time to do that though,
years.
because if nobody gets vaccinated, if nothing happens, then it's going to continue to. Because another thing that the vaccination does is it slows the mutation of the virus. So if I was to get it, the chances of my body mutating.
So
it,
there's paperwork out there that states that it slows the mutation. There's not factoids out there that are stating that we're not sure yet, but we think
it's
this
not,
is what's going to be.
So this is what happens in the body. It has nothing to do with the virus. This is stuff that the body does to a virus that causes it to mutate. So if somebody is not being affected as much as they would, cancer. Do you know what causes cancer?
Everything anymore.
No.
You
do
can
do
microwave
know-
a plastic in the
do
microwave
you know
and
what
get cancer.
actually happens in your body that
It starts
causes
getting
cancer?
at your white cells, isn't it? Your white blood count.
No, what happens is your body mutates your cells under inflammation. So, like whenever I went to that thing where we were talking, I told you about curcumin.
Yeah.
Curcumin 95 and Baswala. They've looked at that as being a cure for cancer. They're never going to release that because it's freaking natural. They're not going to make any money off it.
He's going to school for our
I-
herbology.
Wellness, alternative medicine.
Oh, there you go.
Uh,
Natural medicine.
I tell everybody I know about it.
Yep.
I don't care if they believe it or not, but this is something that can be used
Yeah.
to fight that. And
Which
I'm
Kelly
not,
needs
and
to
I'm
be
not, and see,
trying.
the thing is, I'm not, and being and this is where a lot of people, I'm just like, look, I am more into natural healing
Mm-hmm.
than I am giving somebody something
Yep.
just to fix it. The problem is I could not fix this if you were sick. I could not save.
What about
the person.
ivermectin?
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
Why?
They need to take that off the market until.
I've
people
seen
stop
quite a
taking-
few stars that have actually taken ivermectin, and
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you take 1 milligram too much and you're dead. Because
so it's one of those drugs.
yeah, it's not a medication that you want to fuck with, because it literally. There are more people that call in with overdoses and having symptoms of problems that are happening. They are now damaging their bodies. So guess what's going to happen if they get COVID down there?
You're gonna die.
They can die from it now just because they were being stupid and took a horse worm medicine.
But see, it wasn't described. It wasn't prescribed for Hirschworm or Hirschworm medicine.
Well, it wasn't prescribed for humans in general.
Well, actually, it was. It was prescribed for humans, and then they found, yeah, here lately they're prescribing it to humans because they're finding that it's working. What about hydrochlor, whatever
No.
it is?
I won't even follow that one.
Because there's 4 doctors that I found online that they haven't let speak at all. One doctor, every patient he had in, he gave hydro whatever it is, and they walked out. They're fine. They've been fine. Another lady, Jamaican lady, I think she was Jamaican or Haitian.
But here's the thing, though.
Doctor.
They're
I said
giving
lady,
these
she's a
people these
doctor.
medications. Were they ever tested for that?
That's the thing.
So
Nobody
I mean,
is tested for any of this stuff.
But the thing is everybody wants to argue, oh, it hasn't been tested. It hasn't been tested. Well, let me go take this bullshit that's never been tested on humans, period, and say it's supposed to work, but if I take a milligram too much, I'm going to be in the ground with the rest of people with COVID.
See, that's the sad thing. They'll sit there and take something like that, but they won't take the vaccine. If I was in that situation, I would take something that people know have worked, aside from stuff they don't know that's worked.
Well, and see, like,
But
natural stuff.
yes,
When it comes to that, like I was telling her the other day, in fact, it was when we were driving around the Big Lots, I can help with the symptoms. I can help clear your lungs. I can help do this. I can help do that. But everything I do, I can't guarantee it's going to save you. And so that's the same thing that has to happen. Anything that's acute, and it's an acute symptom, anything like that that happens, even as natural as I prefer to be, I will direct them to a hospital or to a doctor or something where they can get something that's for an acute symptom. Now, if they want me to help them with helping keep their lungs clear, I give them L-campaign, which is too many big words.
yes, I know. Simplify it.
It's like Mucinex.
Okay.
Essentially, it makes the lungs
Clear out.
expectorant. There we go. So that's a natural expectorant. I can give them things for nausea. I can give them things to kind of help with fevers. But the problem is, and this is something that a lot of people are not looking at either, are some of the damages that are caused from this infection. You may never die from it,
Mhm.
but you know what? You may have to have a liver because it damaged your liver. You may have to have a new heart because it damaged your heart at some point in time. And it doesn't mean that it's going to happen in a year. It could be 5 years down the road. But those people are like, oh, well, that's just because I got a bad heart now. And that's not the problem. It's this virus
But
is
see, the same
damaging
thing could be
portions.
said about the vaccine too. 5 years down the road, what if they find out that, say, okay, I'm just going to use you as an example. I'm sorry.
This
Yeah,
vaccine,
probably,
this vaccine will change. I'm telling you right now, it will change. It's
Oh, yeah.
not going to stay in RNA.
Well, no, because it's going to have to change.
It's
because
gonna
it's
change
going to have to change
into-
towards the variants of each variant that
It's going
comes.
to change into the same thing that the flu vaccine is. And it's going to have all the, and that's one of the reasons I won't take the flu vaccine is because
I've never taken the flu vaccine if I don't have
The-
to.
vaccine
Because I
has
don't get
all these
sick from it, knock on
it's
wood.
got all these detergents and other bullshit in it.
Yes.
Honestly, the COVID vaccine is the most natural vaccine that's out there.
Did you hear about the natural one that's been healing people over in India? I can't remember what it's called, but it's like an eye drop. And they put it, they do. But I've sat there and I've researched it and I've seen several different medical pages, even health pages, talk about this stuff. And they actually cut this guy off from being able to give anybody anything because they wanted to research it for themselves. The government researched it for themselves over in India, found that it does work. So now they're distributing. Well, of course, the government's making money off of it, not this fucking dude who was giving it out for free. But he would put eye drops in their eyes, and then within like 15 minutes, all their symptoms were lowering down. They were feeling better. They were
I
walking
don't know
around.
what even would.
I have to find this again because it was weird whenever I found it. Cause I was like, oh, come on, this is bullshit. It's just one page just showing me
to
this.
like find the fountain of youth or
Right?
something.
But they had lines. They had so many people coming to this guy. He had like, it looked like freaking Rocklahoma times 20 outside of his tent. And he was just putting the eye drops in these people's eyes, and their fever was coming down. Their symptoms were disappearing, and they were feeling better. And when the government found out about it, the government went and seized him and tested it and found that, hey, it is working. We need to make some money off this shit. And started distributing to the people over there. Now, whenever I talked to Rohit about it, which is in India, he said that he had heard about it too. Now, he and his dad both had COVID. His dad was on an oxygen tank for like a month, I think. I have to ask him again. But now they're better. He still has not taken the vaccine. But he said that it was scary for a time when they had it because he was scared for his dad. He wasn't scared for himself. He was scared for his dad, which I would have been too if my dad would have been put on oxygen too. I was scared for my parents to get it when I had the Velta. Oh my God.
Don't worry, Mew is coming around.
Oh yeah, now it's gone Greek.
We got Lambda and Mew.
Yeah. And
Lambda is not
as bad as
it's,
Mew.
well, no, Lambda is not as contagious. Mew is coming to be as contagious as
that word.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know.
I was really scared for my dad to get it, but my dad was around me the whole damn time. And I think, honestly, and I know it's a conspiracy theory, and I know it's just my theory, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not into the stuff that you're in, but if I've seen my son go around so many people, he's never, well, I think he had the COVID, and even the doctor said that they think he had the COVID back last January 2020, because he was bedridden for 4 weeks. And my youngest son was bedridden for 2. Justin was bedridden for a week. I had it for 3 days. Ari never got it. And then she gets the variant, was sick for 2 days. But my theory is that this is targeting certain people with certain things inside their DNA or inside their body. And that's why it's affecting people worse than others. Because there's something in it that is hitting something that is making it worse for others. Now, the people that I know of that died of COVID have either been old or morbidly obese. And it really pissed me off when the governor of New York said, hey, go get the vaccine and we'll give you a donut or a free cheeseburger and french fries. That's not what they need. Get them a salad. Because it's obvious just the numbers out there. Obvious of who it's affecting. Why can't I fucking talk? Who it is affecting. Because whenever all this happened, all the people in those old folks' homes that died of COVID, I was so scared when my mom got COVID that she was going to die. She had cancer while she had COVID.
Was she going through treatment?
No, she didn't even know she had cancer at the time. Whenever she got tested again, I think is when she found out she had cancer.
Here's something that I would say goes along with that, because if somebody has cancer,
and they're going through the immune system being low.
well, no, not even that. If they have cancer and they don't even know about it yet, so the body's response is you got T3 cells.
Right.
You got T4 cells.
What's the D cells? Is there
The
a D?
T3 cell is
The T3 cells is what
T4
fights off the.
CD4. So T4 cells is the messenger cell. T3, which is what goes back and tells the body, hey, you need to start making
Right.
antibodies for such and such. This is what.
We need to start attacking.
Here's
this
the data
thing.
on it. Please,
Yeah.
please proceed to the next step. The T3 cells are the attack cells.
Right.
So, and this is one of the things that I'm just like, what our body is producing as far as when we take the vaccine is it's producing information for the T4 cell
To go after the.
to go after this one thing. I mean, they're not even caring about the whole virus. They don't give a shit what's inside of it. None of that. It is this one little top thing that decides to poke itself out. That's what the T3 cell is targeting. So what this virus, what the vaccination does is, and I wish I had paper and pencil and all that shit so I could show you, but
Right.
basically what it's doing is it's a repetitive line. And I think if I remember right, it's only like two. They had to double it so that it doesn't try to create something else. It just creates one thing. So what it does is it pops off all these, it reads it, and then the cell creates this thing that
Starts attacking it.
literally just a little thing that floats in the body. It's like, oh no, this is a foreign body.
Mm-hmm.
So the T3 from the T4 cell is like, hey, that's what we're looking for. T3 cell now is aware that it's in the body and it starts going and looking for it. But the thing is there's something that's going on in the body, and I regardless of what people are saying as far as my immunity, the body doesn't work that way. Once your immunity,
Why wouldn't it?
your body doesn't continuously recognize stuff. Like, let's say for instance, as soon as you have no more antibodies in your system for COVID, your body doesn't even recognize it anymore until it attacks you.
That's kind of like the flu, right?
Yeah, I mean it's similar to the flu because it's, but the thing is that and I haven't had the flu. I don't know.
I haven't either. I haven't had a vaccine for it. 'cause I
Well,
refuse to take it.
I quit taking the vaccine for it once it was 10% effective.
Right.
And that's the thing is, that's another thing. I mean,
They don't know what strand's going to be out there, so they don't know what to give you.
well,
and-
right, it's mutating too much. It's like the flu mutates too much. And the problem is, and this is what I've been looking at and seeing, is the COVID virus is starting to mutate in an increasing speed. There's even, is it,
It's sending out little babies.
I'm trying to think if there's, India has got so many problems right now.
Right?
Because I think there's a different virus there right now that they're concerned about too. That's not COVID, but I can't remember if it's a different variant or if it's just not COVID. But so now, let's say that it mutates because our bodies become accustomed to it, and it takes away those spikes for whatever reason, or it changes the way that they
End of the
look,
spikes.
the way
look,
that
yeah.
that it functions, or it talks to the body, because that's what's happened. The virus comes in and it has to communicate with your body, otherwise it doesn't work.
Right.
Now there's people out there, we'll take HIV for instance. There are people out there that can't get it.
Mhm.
They just simply can't,
Yeah, I know a girl that can't get it.
and it's only 1% of the world that is immune to it. There's not a viable way of using those people to get it to where people can become immune to it, because they have to use bone marrow.
Ow.
It's the bone marrow that actually causes the difference in the cell wall structure. It's too thick for it to get through. So the only way to do it would be to genetically modify, go through
Get their like the DNA and stuff and
Yeah, doing genetic
mutations.
not mutation, but genetically modifying people, and it can be done. I would never tell people to do it,
Right. No.
because it is dangerous. Because what they're doing is basically they're pulling your blood in. They have to alter.
It could not be compatible to the other person.
Well, no, like say for instance, this is like doing the genetic change in you specifically. They can pull it in and they can change your genes. What's happening is now they have to pull it in a little bit at a time because they can't just take all your blood at once.
Right.
And they're having to do these changes. They're having to wash your blood with certain things to make it mutate into what it needs to be to change. So then they have to pump that back into your body. Now, if you want to talk about some weird ass shit, that chemicals that you ain't gonna
Right.
that have names this long, that's what you. But the thing is though, is anything we do has repercussions. We smoke, that can cause problems with genetics. We drink, that can cause problems with genetics.
Yep.
We do this, that causes problems with genetics. Okay, so you took a vaccine and it causes a genetic problem somewhere. It's a risk, yeah.
Yeah.
But walking out your front door every day
Is a risk. Yep.
So the thing is you have to weigh those risks. And personally, like that lady, I don't want, because if I get it, I mean, chances are I'll know I have it, but I may not know I have it.
Yeah.
Because I've had 3 shots now.
Oh, you had the booster, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
So
have to have the booster.
Yeah, so I have 3 shots now. I may never know that I have it. And I may not know if I had it until, say, for instance, it gave me pneumonia or whatever. Because that's one of the things that I'm highly prone to with my condition is pneumonia. And sinus infection can kill me in certain instances. Not so much now. But
Thank God that your
before, right.
things have gone up.
And the thing is but like that, I don't want to have it. I wear masks.
Well, she was just rude as fuck to be in your bubble.
Well,
anyway.
yeah, and she was a meth head, so I told her, I was like, you need to back up, I'm gonna knock the rest of it down your face. Anyway, but the thing is, though, is I don't want to get it and have it and then go out and it's not fear. I respect people around me. I don't want to give them something that they don't need to have.
Right.
They could potentially either kill them or kill somebody else they know, because literally it's got an R factor. What was it, 7? So one person infects 7 people. So that next 7 people, each one of those infect 7 people. That's what kind of an R factor this has.
Isn't that kind of what happened in the 70s, though? Like the R, was it? Oh, that was the K factor. My mom had a negative.
R factor, well, that's R factor is the amount of God, the words left in my brain. R factor is the amount of people that you can infect from each person on average.
What was that was in the 70s? Because my mom had a negative, it's like the RK factor. RH.
That's a birthing thing.
Okay, because my mom had a negative RH factor, and they told her, I said, well, if you ever have kids, they could be deformed.
Yeah, and see, and that's one of the things, RH factor.
I'm lucky.
Because what happens is they have to take medication. For instance.
She never did.
Well, I mean, if you're going to have children.
Right.
So if you're going to have children, you have to have some type of medication, because what happens is your child is most generally automatically going to be RH positive.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're RH negative, what's going to happen is your child, not your body, your child is going to reject your body.
Right, so the child could die during stillborn.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Man, I was a miracle baby.
Or they can become very severely deformed, and chances of them surviving so long is slim.
That's why my mom calls me her miracle baby, because she was told she would never be able to have kids because she had a high womb, and then she had the RH negative factor.
Yeah, see, RH negative, and see, but the thing is once you have a child, RH negative now becomes RH positive because it causes a change in the
Wow.
body.
I guarantee you, if she would have known that, she wouldn't have gotten her tubes tied.
Well, I mean, that's what happens is whenever they have that child, the body is forced into becoming RH positive because otherwise, like I said, it's going to evacuate whatever's in there.
Man,
So
my poor dad could have had a kid.
they,
Oh yeah,
it's-
he's got me,
it's just, it's a weird condition. And my grandmother, my grandmother had it whenever.
but
Mother, why didn't you reject it? But my grandmother was RH negative.
because you
during
wouldn't
one of-
be here
during
then.
one, girl, that is a sacrifice. I am willing.
No, because then I wouldn't have my Dustin.
I'm like, I'll go float amongst somewhere else.
No, then I wouldn't have my Dustin. I'm glad your mom is here for the simple
But-
fact that you're here.
But no, like the RH negative thing, and that's medicine is weird,
It is so
And-
freaking weird.
and people don't understand that it's a very fickle thing. Our lives in general are a very fickle thing. Our planet is
It's
a very fickle thing.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily that. And climate change is a big thing.
Yeah.
It needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, and if I remember right, the latest calculation was is we had 7 years to fix it, otherwise we're done.
Mm-hmm.
And that was
15 years ago?
no 2 years ago. That was
No,
two-
there was something back when I
it
was
was
in the
2 years ago.
military that was
Well, this newest one, there's a clock in Times Square now that's counting down. That
nice.
shows it, and but at that point in time it was 7 years, and maybe it's just a year ago, but I think it was 2 years ago. But basically, it's saying if this is not corrected or if changes are not drastically done, there's no point. There's no point. You might as well just look for a different planet and hope for the best. And that's people don't take that serious enough. And I think that things like that are what lead to people not taking things serious enough with their health, not smoking, not eating crappy foods. And it's just because that's what's been put in front of us
Yep.
for years and years and years. And now everybody's just accustomed to it. And I'm going to do what I want to do. It's my freedom to do this. And
Well, it also has to do with a lot of people seeing, like Fauci, for instance, saying, "Yes, you need to mask." No, you
But
don't
see,
need
I
a
don't-
mask.
I
Yes,
don't-
you need to.
I don't follow. And see, this is the
Yeah.
thing. I don't follow any of the government. I don't
Oh,
follow,
no.
I don't follow the CDC. I
Government
don't
is
follow the
crap.
WHO. You know who I follow? I follow
The medicine.
well, that, but I follow the colleges.
Yes.
Because the colleges, they're not there. They don't get money from any of
Mm-mm.
this. They're there studying it because, hey, this is something big that's going on. We might get some kind of grant if we can figure
Yeah.
something out.
Exactly.
So their information is not as skewed as you would be if you're looking.
If
And
you're
that's-
getting your pockets lined with
Right,
grain.
and that's one of the things that's remember that video that I sent you. That was a one of the medical directors at one of the colleges that I watch information on, and the guy that was asking him questions was asking him like some gnarly questions, like, and I can send it to you if you want to see it, but
Yeah.
it was like questions, and I'm like, damn, okay, but it's people are following the wrong information.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
yeah, there's government that's under it. There's
The biggest
And-
thing is
and
don't
you know-
follow the
and you know
government,
what's
the
weird?
head honchos of the medical field.
what's really even worse, and this is my opinion, because the government really isn't in control of anything.
No.
It's the businesses
Businesses,
that are going to
yeah.
profit from it that are in control of everything. And I can guarantee you, right now, you're on TV, that they would never want to elect me president. Ever. Because every company, regardless of how
Oh.
much money you have going out, you're going to pay your fucking taxes.
Yes.
You know what? You made $1 billion this year. You're still going to pay 26%. I don't
Yep.
care how much you had to deduct.
Yep. I don't care how many people you donated to. I don't give a flying fart.
Mm.
You're going to pay the taxes that you
I think
supposed to pay.
anybody above a certain number no longer has rights to remove things from their income.
Yes.
Because these companies are getting to the point that they have that control over the government. So this is the reason. This is the reason I don't follow them on medical stuff. Yeah, they got some good information.
Yeah.
So often Fauci has fought people, and it's been lately. I think something has happened.
Oh yeah, I think so
Because
too.
he has completely changed his tone about some things, and that he,
And anytime you see him being questioned, he's all like nerves.
yeah, it's like, oh, and I imagine it's probably that he's got something on the line, and he can't be fired.
Well, his
They
wife
can't
is head of the
fire him.
NIH, so
Yeah.
I mean, she can be fired,
Mm.
but
there's
she's
something
also
that's-
making the money for him too.
But there's something that's happened that now he's changing stories around, and
Well, you notice anytime something happens, like the 13 that died overseas, all of a sudden now something's changed over here that Fauci is talking about. And anytime something happens with military or the government or anything, Fauci has something else to say and something different.
well,
and it's like,
his persona has completely changed from what he was, and in the last 2 years, yeah, like I said, he can't be fired. That's
No.
the funny thing. And I don't know how you get into a position that you can't be fired
know.
from, but I need that.
right?
But other aspects of his life can be ruined.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well, like his
it's
wife,
a-
his wife can be ruined.
yeah, I mean, it's a give and take kind of situation. They're probably like, well, if you don't say this, she no longer gets the money for you, or any.
Or I mean, they even have the power. I mean, not saying she did it, but it's kind of weird that all the people that knew the Clintons were committing suicide. I mean, I don't know how you shoot yourself the way some of the people did and the gun be across the room or something like that. I just don't understand that. But I mean, I think a lot of things happen in the government that is not public knowledge, but anybody that researches stuff or sees stuff knows. You know, it's too obvious to be not. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, and a lot of people will disagree with what I say. When it comes to, oh God, where was I going with this? This chicken was just too big.
The government offing people.
No, it has to do with people in the way that they perceive things. And
Oh, well, see, that's another scary thing.
People
A
are-
lot of people are just going by one person or by one thing instead of researching things as a whole. It's like I keep telling people, I'm not right leaning, I'm not left leaning. I'm for the people. I'm for what is the best for the people, their freedoms. Because all I want, like Russell Brand said, all I want is my freedom and for you to have your freedom. And in other words,
But, you know-
we need to come together as a people to research this stuff and to look into this stuff.
But this is the problem, and this is where I was going. I'm glad you took me back on that track. People use their freedom to act like,
To impose their freedom on other people's freedom.
well, no, that's not where I'm going. Damn it.
Well, okay, I'm gonna use this as an example. It's a bad example because I have friends that are in this completely. I have transgender friends. I have transvestite friends. I have gay friends. I have so many friends that I love and adore, and I don't want them to take it wrong. But this politically correct bullshit has gotten to the point where people whine and cry, and the government wants to give them their way. And the more
That's
they
kinda
do
what
that,
I'm going with was people are taking advantage of their
Yes.
freedom. They're taking advantage. They're using it and not using it well.
right?
And honestly, and I know nobody wants to hear that. I think some freedoms need to start to be backed out because people have too
Taken
much
out.
of it right now.
Well, it's like you need an ass whipping is what you need.
Yeah.
You're not getting this because all you're doing is whining about it.
Just looking. Probably chicken.
Well, it's like the
I'm
gay
sure it's
couple that sued the bakery because they wouldn't bake them a cake. Why not go to a different bakery? Why would you want a cake from that person anyway?
Right?
They probably spin it if they did.
Why, right?
I wouldn't.
Why
fix
why
anything.
continue this this garbage of suing them or putting them out of business or ruining their career, their livelihood that they built from the scratch, you know, from the ground up, just to get your way.
Well, I mean, I don't see personally. Yeah, I'm gonna ruin their business if they do some stupid shit like that because that's disrespectful to me.
It
They're
is disrespectful,
disrespecting me.
yes.
So if you're gonna disrespect me, guess who I'm gonna disrespect?
But at the same time, it's their religion, and they're against serving those that are in that religion. So at the same time, you're imposing
But what
their
happens-
religious
but what
freedom
happens if
for
that
yours.
person was the same religion?
Do it.
What happens if that person's the same religion?
Well, see, that's the problem with religion. A lot of people look at one religion differently than another religion, and even if they were the same religion, if they're seeing,
let's say
well, this is-
well, I'm not. Let's just say that this. I don't know what religion they are. I'm assuming
they're Christian.
So let's say this Christian bakery denies, and this is religion.
I know, I know, I know, I know. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
No, see, religion. I think Christian thing just needs to be done with. It has done nothing but cause problem after problem after problem.
Well, see, that's the
The
thing.
thing is, here's the thing. The reason I say that is because one of the things in the Bible, don't judge people. What the hell do they do
Right?
every 5 seconds of the day?
Right?
Don't come at me and say, oh, well, I'm not going to bake you a cake because it's against my religion. Well, bitch, you just judged me
Yeah.
because I'm gay.
No.
So guess what? You can make me my cake. Or I can...
And I'll go
No,
on
right
my
then and
merry
there, I'd be
fucking
like,
way.
okay, you don't want my money. Well, I'm going to go over here and give these people my money because I could care less if you have my money.
Mhm.
And see, that's just my opinion. If I go in somewhere and they look at me and they're like, oh, you know, I'm not going to serve you because you look like you could really like hurt me or attack me or something. I'm like, fine, if you don't want my money, I'll go over here and give my money over here to these people.
Well,
you know?
and see, but now we have, you know what? If you're vaccinated, you're not welcome here.
Right?
Have you seen that one?
Yep.
The restaurant. If
Yep.
you're vaccinated, you're not welcome.
Okay, I'll go over
And
there.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
But the thing is, people are using their freedoms
Exactly.
too much, and I'm not saying that it needs to be taken away.
That shrimp
Oh,
just melts.
it is so good.
It's
Yep.
been cooking for like forever.
Yep.
But I mean, there's just, and I'm not saying we need to become North Korea or
No.
anything, but
For China.
well, I wouldn't even mind China at this point.
Oh God, no. I don't want China. They have concentration camps in China. I don't want concentration camps here.
But
Nobody
There's-
should be in
there's
a
just things
concentration
that-
camp. And I take that just because my great grandfather was in a concentration camp and died in it. I don't know.
well, and was it you that sent me this crazy woman
Yeah.
that was talking about concentration camps?
Yeah,
Oh my
somebody had sent it
fucking
to me, so
God.
I sent it to you. Yeah.
Okay, so she's up with this panel of idiots. She's at this panel of idiots complaining and talking about they're going to be sending people that are at high risk to camps. And this is in the CDC website. I found it. But what she did is what most people do, and she detracts information and starts spewing bullshit.
Oh my
So
God.
what happens is this is something that was put into place because this is the largest pandemic that we've had of this nature. And what it is if it becomes uncontrollable, what happens is they will start separating people that are at high risk from their families, and they put them in these areas. It may be a block that they block off. Nobody but high risk, non-COVID or non people that don't have COVID are allowed. That's the only people that are allowed there.
Wow.
Their family can't be there unless they're high risk. Nobody, and the high risk people have to take care of each other. They're not going to allow other people in there that are
Oh my God.
because then they're able to leave that area and come back. So basically, it's to preserve the people.
Would they
that
put
are,
you in there?
Mhm. Yeah, they put my mom in there too. But the
Oh,
thing
you'd
is,
have to deal with her forever.
oh bitch, I would find I'll find a different camps I have to go to.
You motherfuckers better open a second block because she's about to
But what
die.
it is if let's say for instance you have 15 people on your block, and I would it's hard to find, I don't know where this bitch, what kind of time frame she's got to just search shit on
She
the
must be a
website.
stay-at-home.
Oh no, she's a nurse and a teacher, and I'm just like,
Where? When? What?
yeah.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so, but the thing is like, let's say for instance, you have 15 people on your block that are high risk. They decide, okay, well, these 15 people can fit into these 5 houses. They block those houses out, regardless of who lives there.
Wow. So those people have to move.
And I mean, chances are, what's going to happen is they're going to
Well,
put
hopefully
people.
it doesn't
They're going to
happen.
put people that you don't know in the same house with you.
Oh my god.
And that's if they do it in that instance. If they do it the other way, it's like a camp, like a concentration camp. But everybody's needs are taken care of. They have ample ways of washing and eating, and everything would be taken care of. But it's to preserve the people that are high risk. Because, I mean, that's not fair to them that somebody stupid, somebody stupid walked by and gave them a disease that they couldn't control.
Mhm.
So, but that was, and I'm pretty sure that has been there for a while.
I
As
think it
far
was
as,
there way before COVID
You
even
told me
came
that.
I
about.
think
How
they,
long it had been there, but I don't remember.
well, and I think that they just changed the name on the part of it, because I can almost guarantee that it's been a plan for
Years
for a while,
and
for a while,
years
because,
and
I mean-
years. Because it wasn't like something in there that was back in the Spanish flu era.
Well, no, this is more recent, but it's come from that. It's come from those eras. Like, hey, we had this huge amount of people that died, and now we have to find a way
God, what,
to
50 million
preserve
people?
all.
Over 50 million people died from the Spanish flu.
How many?
Over 50.
Oh no, oh my God, how many was it?
Bless you.
Thank you.
In the United States, it was
She's
600.
like-
There's 600 and something thousand, but it's like, was it? Maybe it was 50 million.
There was a crap ton of them.
Yeah, it was a lot of people, but it's just so
Hey Google, how many people died of the Spanish flu?
they've taken that and they like say, hey, this is a plan that we put in place.
The Spanish flu's number of deaths is 50 million.
Okay, 59. But they put those into place because they're last resorts, essentially, is what they are.
God, that's even more than the Great Plague.
Yeah. And that was the flu. That's literally all it was the flu.
Well, it's like I saw this chart that showed the flu clear up until the end of 2019. And I think the last one, there was over 387,000 people had died of the flu.
Mm-hmm.
And then COVID hit. And then flatline.
You know why?
Because they weren't checking for the flu. They were checking for COVID.
People were taking the precautions that they should have been taking when the flu, because that's the flu. You could literally stop the flu if everybody washed their hands.
Oh, yeah.
Wash your hands.
Wash
And
just
if you
normal
know that you're
hygiene.
around somebody that has it, wear
But
something
they
to
had
protect
two.
So that's what
they had
Japan does.
223 deaths in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So they still had the flu. Kill some people. It didn't go away. It wasn't that they weren't testing for it. It was just because
everybody was taking precautions.
because what happens is, one, if somebody comes in, they're doing, hey, I may have COVID, let me get tested for COVID. Well, they don't have COVID, so now if they want to test, if they think you have the flu, they automatically test you for the flu. So the tests are still being done, regardless.
Well, I heard the tests were still faulty, too.
It's just you don't have people walking around going,
Right.
"Hey, how you doing?"
People,
Yeah.
people became more aware of touching their face and washing their hands and not touching places that, like, if they've touched door handle, you don't touch your face after that. They learned
What they
should
should have
been
learned.
doing,
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
What I've taught my kids to do, I mean, all you got to do is teach your kids, hey, wash your hands.
Yeah.
Wash your hands before you eat. Wash your
Mhm.
hands before you touch your face.
Yep.
Wash your hands.
But that's why it flatlined, because people were doing the precautions that would stop the flu virus.
Well, you know what I
from happening.
found? And I found this video of AOC and people in New York. They were paying people to get their significant others or their family members marked down as COVID on their death certificates. $9,000 a piece. Oh, if they marked it down for something else, but you know they had COVID or they had been tested for COVID
Oh,
before
that's
that, just
just
go back in
dumb.
there,
I know, right?
go back to the doctor that you were at, and get them to put the COVID on there. We'll give you the $9,000. No fucking lie. So it makes me wonder, why are the numbers so high? Could it be because the government is doing that shit?
Well,
And I know in the beginning they were marking COVID because they didn't have the tests weren't accurate enough. So they were getting false
my
negatives,
question
false
though,
positives.
how many MEs are really going to allow that to happen? I mean, because that's who designates how
Well,
they
if the
die.
doctor's offices and the hospitals get the money they need for what they need it for,
But that's a completely different from a medical examiner. medical
more,
ex- yeah,
more,
more-
mortician.
Yeah, they're the ones that will. The medical examiner will be the ones that write down what the person died of. Now, I can tell you right now, you can go on there and you can look at all these people that have died, and it says COVID, but then it gives complications because of. So, like, they may have had a heart attack, but like the things, oh, and I don't understand why they even have this still up. But there's like a self-reporting COVID thing, and they're running with that numbers, and I'm just like, that's just the dumb. Like, I saw literally read one on there. Well, my friend said that her friend died from COVID.
And they counted it.
Yeah, and I'm like, so the thing is though is
That's why I'm saying the numbers are not accurate enough, and that's wrong for the government to continue.
but the numbers that wasn't a. What was that? It was something to do with something. That wasn't the numbers that you see, like on Worldometer.
And even on Worldometer, on the CDC and the FDA, when I was researching it, all these people died of COVID, but could have died of something else.
Well, but the
And
thing
it's
is
like-
if you look at the medical examiner writing off on it, they are marking it down as this was a person that died of a heart attack, most likely in conjunction with COVID, or this person died of pneumonia, most likely in conjunction with COVID. So they're taking the fact that they're marking them as being something else, and with COVID, people are having a fit over that. And I'm like, they have to put that on there because chances are they would probably still be alive if there wasn't something causing all this stress. And so it's a back and forth situation, but the numbers that you see from like Worldometer that comes from the CDC, they are they're going
It's
back and
so
checking.
hard to trust the CDC and the FDA and WHO anymore. It's so
But
hard.
I mean,
trust
as
all
far
of
as the
them.
numbers go, people are like, well, I don't know anybody that's died.
I do. I know quite a
know.
few.
Right,
Way more than I care to know.
right, and but then like this guy that just figured.
That didn't sound
The
right. But
guy
you know what I
that
meant.
Yeah.
almost didn't get to fix my tires. I'm like, he was all like, well, I was fixing this trailer, a fridge trailer, and he's like, you know what was in it? I was like, I think this is at a funeral home or a morgue or wherever. I was like, dead people. He's like, COVID. He's like,
What?
and I just don't believe that.
What?
And I'm like, you don't believe that those people died from COVID? No. I don't. And I'm just, at that point, I was almost about to be like, you can just stop working on my car.
See, now I
Hey,
have
here, let me
never
just shove you in the back of the
once
car.
said I don't believe that these people died from COVID. I've never once said I don't believe it's been as bad, because I know it's been as bad in some people. She's got a son in the hospital right now.
You have said some things that are along the lines of you don't believe that the numbers are accurate.
I don't believe the numbers are accurate.
Right. So that's the same thing as
But that's not me saying, well, I don't believe your son's dying from COVID.
Well, no, and that's whenever I said that you
Oh.
told me straight up that you don't believe that these numbers are accurate,
Ugh.
or that you don't believe that this many people died from COVID. That's the same thing as being saying that these don't.
But with the way the government screws things, the way the medical field are screwing things, the way WHO and the CDC and the FDA are screwing up numbers and everything, you cannot honestly believe the numbers are accurate.
I can believe. I honestly think that they could even be higher,
I don't believe they're higher.
because the thing is how many times have you seen tractor trailer truck like just lined up at a hospital being filled with bodies? I mean, that's not a, that's and they are bodies.
Could be flu too.
But they're
397,000 people in 2019 alone. And you're going to tell me in 2020 nobody died of the flu? Not
Well-
everybody was following guidelines. There's no way the flu became
But when
200
but
people.
When have we ever had to line trailers up, refrigerated trailers, to put?
When you
people
have a
into?
governor that sends a person with COVID back into the nursing home full of old people.
Well, and it's not. It wasn't even just that. I mean, they were literally, like, I sat there and watched them as they were putting people in
Yeah,
Congress Field,
and I was crying
and I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
because that should have never happened. And the reason it should have never happened is because the person that knew what was going on and knew that that person had COVID and still sent them back into an area where those people were vulnerable, it should have never happened. And that person should be reliable for it. They should be liable
Well,
for
and
every
they
of it.
should. But then you also have those people that are like, hey, this is no worse than the flu. I mean, that's the thing. It's may not appear to be worse than the flu to some people. Other people, just like the flu, is going to
I
kill
can
them.
think of one person. Oh, I just got a cold. And he infected 15 fucking people.
Oh, I know too.
So,
I know too. Because I was one of those 15
and then the
people.
following fucking weekend, he was having a fucking garage sale. So,
I know.
people like that, you know?
And see, and that's the people.
Whereas I came home and I stayed in my house for 2 weeks until
Yes.
I was over it.
And well, that's the thing. Those are the people that I cannot stand listening to them complain that, oh, we're having our freedoms taken away. Because you're being a stupid dumbass. Do what you should be doing.
I'm
You
better
be-
not ever hear him say that. I will throat punch that little bastard.
Well, see, that's where me and those
Just
kind of
saying.
people are different. Because when I'm sick, I'm going to tell you I'm sick. I'm like, you don't need to come up here this week, Dustin, because I'm sick. I don't know what I got. You need to just,
Right.
we'll do a Zoom or something.
But see, and that's
It's
part of
called
that-
human decency. It's called
Right.
human respect.
And exactly, but and part of the problem with that though is within the first 72 hours of having it, you're infectious. You don't know you're sick most of the time.
Oh, I knew I was sick.
Well, most of the time it takes 72 hours for it to, but you are infectious within that first period, especially if you start to have a fever or whatever.
That's about what it was.
So
Well,
with-
see, the funny thing is,
Because he came to
he
work on
had it that Thursday, told me he had a cold, was out that Friday.
and
I
she
told
got
her,
sick Sunday night.
and I said, you know, he said he had a cold, but he was out Friday. Nobody told me he was out on Friday and why he was out on Friday. I thought maybe he had just taken a day off. Sunday, I felt horrible. I did. I didn't know what it was, but I was like, all right. Monday morning, I woke up and I felt fine.
well, and
so I
this-
went to
this is the
work.
thing, well, it's like today or yesterday. I was like, well, you know, it's my sign, and I know it's my sinuses.
Oh, yeah, because of the weather changing and everything
Right,
else.
but I can see all the numbers and whatever
Mhm.
from the weather. But I went and got my COVID test today because what if it's not just my sinuses?
Right. Because I had what was like a sinus infection during my COVID. And that's what worried me because I know so many people that have sinus infections. Could it be COVID? That's why I got an at-home test and I brought it home. I bought 2 of them. Brought them home. I did a test on Justin because he didn't go to the doctor. He had COVID. I did a test on Ari. She had COVID. Of course, she went up there and got a test.
But see, now here's another problem that I've found is happening. And I almost wonder if, you know, RSV,
Mm-hmm.
okay, it's causing false positives in COVID tests.
Yep.
And so my wondering is some of these people that are coming back positive, if they really have RSV, but which is weird because RSV is not normally an adult.
It's child.
It's a child disease. It's not really an adult disease, but like Reba McEntire, that's what she had.
And Warren even got tested, and he was negative. And I
So-
got tested, and I was positive.
Yeah.
But I was also sick with a fever and achy the first 2 days. I didn't get the sinus infection thing until 3 or 4 days later.
Yeah. Man, see, and the thing is, well, and being around people, that's one of the other things that we're talking about is, well, I was around these people, but they didn't get sick. It really
That's
falls,
why it makes
it
me
really
think it
falls,
targets something with the DNA.
well,
or
it
something
really
like
falls
that.
into a manner of how you were around them.
Oh God, Isaac was around 20 something people, hugging their neck all over them, talking to them.
Yeah.
I mean, and then never got sick. Never brought it to us. We never got it because he came home that same day. And I hugged his neck when he got in the door. And we talked and sat in the living room for hours talking.
Mm.
Neither of us
Well,
got
but
sick.
and this is where it's complicated because that's why they keep saying, oh, well, kids can be in school and they can be 3 feet away and not have to wear a mask. And they change it to, oh, well, no, they have to be 6 feet away and they have to wear a mask. Or, okay, now they have to wear a mask regardless of whatever. There's not really an understanding of how people are
Getting
able to catch it per se.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the whole mask ordeal, that as long as you are using a tightly knitted cotton, like what I was using the
Oh, yeah,
the
like what
quilted
you made
cotton,
with a
quilting-
filter.
Yeah, well, and not even the filter, because I know they say there's that thing that everybody's like, oh, it doesn't protect you. It isn't. But the thing is, though, is
It's got to be tightly and it's got to have small little squares that are smaller than the virus.
well, not necessarily that. It's more, it has to be tightly woven, and it doesn't have to be like microscopic
Oh,
holes. I mean, I
it's
have
like a 10 something that the virus is.
Yeah,
So it's got to be like
microns
a
and-
8 something.
yeah, something like that. But like, and I have fabric that is literally medical grade
Mm-hmm.
fabric that is so
Which
tightly
we're getting
woven-
made for Dead Convention.
It's so
Sorry.
tightly woven that you can't breathe through it. I mean, it's worse than N95 masks. It's ridiculous. But lo and behold, it is a medical grade mask. And the thing is people are they're looking at the aspect of how big the virus is. Hey, the virus may be 3 microns or whatever.
That is super tiny.
Yeah, but
Like, wait.
how big is your aerosol that you put out? And this is where
It's like 10.
Well, I mean, depending. A lot of times it's a lot larger than that because
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got like tons of virus just in. I mean, you're not gonna get infected by one little virus that, oh, like I got through. You know?
Nah, it's like a sperm.
Right. It's not gonna happen.
I
But
Yeah!
the thing is, what is the chances of it literally going through one little hole? It's like I only make them with 2 sides
As I
on them.
flap my wings.
2 sides on them. And another thing is when you're breathing in through the mask, guess what happens? You're releasing ions.
Mm-hmm.
Those ions in turn cause your mask to become static. So guess what happens? It doesn't go through the mask. It can't, because what happens is it's going to start to go through that hole, and if it's any type of static going on, it immediately gets stuck to the fabric. And regardless of what people say, yes, you can still get it because you still have stuff that goes around it. You may breathe it in from the side. Lord behold, those people that fucking hold it down under
Oh,
their nose.
God.
I'm like, what are you?
It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
It's my
But the
job
same goes for the
all the
eyes, too, because you can get it through the eyes, supposedly, too. So if you don't have anything blocking your eyes.
time. It's just the nose.
I gotta pee.
It's just the nose because the nose has got the receptors that actually.
Ugh.
But fabric masks are as long as the person that has it, the person that could get it, are wearing a mask, the chances are greatly reduced that it's even going to happen.
That was cute. That was fun.
I really need to start cleaning this up. Hey, Shauna, do the dishes.
Right?
You're gonna see this.
Here, we'll clean them all out and you can wash them.
Because I actually don't have any way to wash them in my house.
I sent the picture to Bobby. And I said, hot pot, LOL. And he said, where at? Hot pot is fucking dope.
It is.
And I said, we're at Shaw's. Dustin got all the stuff from the Asian store in Tulsa and
You
made
know,
it here.
if you want, we can just take and close this up. Take all the stuff out of it, like except for the meats and whatnot, but like the noodles and tofu and whatever bullshit. And you can take it home and make it at the house. Use the rest of this stuff. And like, I don't make it. And then you can clean the dishes and I'll come back and get them.
I could do that because I have a dishwasher.
We used to have a
I'll take
dishwasher.
them and set them in the sink and then I make John do them.
I used to have a dishwasher, but then he died. It was my uncle.
But he's like, Nam Hai. And he's like, that place is dope. That's where I got my favorite bowls. And then he said there is a hot pot place in Tulsa.
Yeah, there is.
So
But fuck a bunch of non-high anymore. I'm like, I don't know what anything costs.
we'll have to go with him because he can.
I'm like, is there an app that we can clear it? I mean, give me
But,
something. Oh, we
I
didn't even eat
said-
oysters.
Yeah, we even tried snails, and he came back and said, "Gross."
Yeah, that's what we said too. Like, would you like some? There's still like 50 million of them left.
Here, want some slave shit?
And you know, they're not seafood, but I smell them and they smell like seafood.
They do, don't they?
And I'm kind of the thing that I don't like lemongrass as much as I thought I would.
I like the smell of it,
I don't like the taste.
but that is
It tastes just like Lysol. Yeah, here, I'm gonna close this up so that have some ramen noodles. I really was. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like these noodles, so I'm just gonna get some regular ramen. Yeah, there's plenty of pork here and some chicken.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. The door.
I don't want to.
No, well, come, let's go back in. I don't want it.
Oh, Shauna, she wants these. No, submerged.
Oyster.
Oyster. I'm gonna put them in there.
I'm sure she will. She loves oyster.
Can't be wrong. I did one.
I can't.
One.
Oh, I closed the screen door on him and he got out.
Asheron?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's sick.
Justin was having issues with him earlier. He's like, get inside! And Asheron is fucking like, I'm gonna go back in the backyard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang out here.
Damn, dog. Like, no,
And they
you stay
finally
right
went in
here.
When I went in, they all followed me, and I'm like,
Hey, thanks. I didn't want you following me.
And there's empty bags down there
Okay.
that,
Oh, yeah, we got to pack up, don't we?
well, I'm gonna let her take this stuff home since she can eat it.
Well,
Except the oyster.
I'm going to go ahead and close the show.
Oh, do you want the oysters?
Sure. I'll take the oysters.
Yeah, he's like,
Justin, we're giving her oysters.
We're having oysters, honey.
he's like, I'm gonna ask Shauna if she wants this.
But I'm going to go ahead and close this show. Thank you to those who popped on, Melody and Kelly, and telling us their story. Thank you, Sherry, for popping on and telling us your UFO story. That was cool. Of course, she didn't pop up on the video. She just popped up on the thing. It was
mostly serial killers, UFOs, and paranormal until we got into politics.
Until we got the politics.
And then we went into viral.
And then we went into viral stuff. So we went into medical. I mean, hey,
It's just a different type.
you never know what you're gonna get on this show.
Yeah, oh no, we ain't done talking about it. I tried. She's like, okay, now back to the cereal. I'm like,
So thank you guys. Tune in next week. I don't know what we're gonna have going on yet. We had a hot pot thing tonight. Oh, we're probably gonna play the Hocus Pocus game next week.
yeah, I'll make sure to bring that.
And
It looks kind of cute. It looks fun.
it does look cute
It
and
looks
fun.
different. I mean, the instructions, I'm going to read them a couple of times. So. But yeah.
I know there's one game out there, and I
There's
can't
more-
remember what it's
there's
called, but
more.
it's an adult game that's pretty funny that I'd like to play on here. But until next week, and then remember, the
Oh,
following week
okay,
after
okay,
that,
okay.
we're going to be in Indiana. Wow, is that really only 2 weeks away?
3.
3.
So next week, okay, next week it's okay. So next
I was
week,
like, holy shit!
I know, I'm like, I don't have any merch yet. What are you talking about? No.
No, we still got 3 weeks.
Next week we'll do the Hocus Pocus game. Then after that weekend we're going to I don't know, we're probably gonna have you guys back on again. So if you want to be on the show and talk about your paranormal experiences, or if you want to talk to Dustin about maybe having a tarot reading online, maybe I can convince him to have his tarot cards. So come back next, not next week, but the week after if you want the tarot reading and stuff like that. Next week we're gonna have, come back next week anyway. Fuck it, you know? Just come back and watch it and become a part of the show.
Come back and listen to our drama.
Yeah.
Come back and talk to us 'cause you love us.
Well, as you can tell, we're still friends. So you can too. Right?
Right.
All right, guys. See y'all next week.